Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin, this is the Goblin Cave, and we are back for our something episode of Children of the Marsh. I really should keep a hand on what episodes are what, and not go back to YouTube to have a look. And we are on our 10th episode today, so double digits finally. Awesome. If you're unfamiliar with the show, Children of the Marsh is a different take on the role-playing, on modern role-playing, where we're taking adventurers from the very, very beginnings. Unlike where first-level characters are, I'm almighty, I can take on the world. Well, we're going back to having children from 14 to 16-year-olds, or sorry, 14 to 17-year-olds actually, starting to explore and starting to get into mischief and coming from adventuring from that perspective, and the characters are developing a bit more naturally, a bit more organically, and it's a bit different from your normal 5th edition campaigns. So the campaign we are running is the Ghost of Saltmarsh 5th edition campaign, which is based on several previous versions of D&D campaigns, and some from the first original use series, which is the Sinister Secrets of Saltmarsh, the Danger of Dunwater, and the Final Enemy. These are the first 3 campaigns we're doing in this, and they are based off the first TSR UK release, which is also a very different take on how things were done back in the day, and that was back in basic D&D. So it's, when we're doing our prepping, we're prepping up for both the 5th edition game and the D&D game, the 1st edition game, and we're trying to meld the two in together to get a different feel from what you currently have. So we'll go across to our cast members today. So hi everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
Wow, so much enthusiasm. You guys need so much more sugar. More sugar.
Hello, everybody.
Oh boy, that's always scary.
Was that
wanted the sugar?
So we do have everyone but Near today. Near is on a beach trip. We've known about it for a little bit. I totally forgot this morning and I was waiting for Near to come in. It's like, oh, that's right, beach trip. So Near will be back for tomorrow's show for the Rusty Daggers, though. So I think he's on his way back as we speak, or tomorrow morning, something. It's something happening. So it's good to have at least the call here. So 4 players is really good. It just means the decisions might be a 50-50 and might be a... there might be some hung decisions there, which is why I like games where we have 5 players instead of 4, because you don't have that 50-50 dynamic of good, bad, or go right, go left, because then you get bloody splits. If you have 5, you can then kind of get a consensus of what's going on. Anyway, we'll do our introductions, and while we're doing introductions, I'm going to do a few things behind the scenes. So may as well start with Typo, so you can do your introduction and who are you, what's your character, and what's...
Hello, everybody. I'm playing Explosive Lulu, as usual. Happy little noble. Well, usually happy, sometimes sobby noble, who wants to be a grand holy knight to win back her family's love and affection. Up on my left is...
Yeah, see, last time you said my name and I interrupted you, so this time I waited.
Fair.
So up on his left is Zero, which is myself, unfortunately. Anyway, I play Hunter. And today is loot splitting day, which is one of my favorite days ever, because I get to haggle for what kind of loot I deserve and I need, and all sorts of stuff. Well, actually, it's just me and Capri that have all the loot, so technically we don't really have to haggle. Just split it between us. Anyway, and additionally, note to Karsh, what you said earlier, party splits are the spice of life. So I'm down with 4 people. Next up is Ander.
All right, I'm Fox. So I play Ander. Ander is a little conflicted right now. He may have angrily shred a lizard into, fajitas or something of the sort. It was pretty gruesome.
I would call it chipped beef.
Yeah.
Delicious.
And he's gonna get in on this loot game eventually. And yeah, that's where he's sitting right now. He's not sitting great, but he's not sitting, he's not dead. He didn't die. Yeah. And below me, because I'm going actual directions, is my buddy Edric Light.
Hi, I am Capri Sunny D, and I will be playing Edric Light, our young novitiate. And this is my dog Belle, who is trying to sneak her way into the shot. Yeah, so we just cleaned house on this ship, and I think we're ready to get out of here.
Okay. So a couple of housekeeping before we do our last time on. So we're using our Syrinscape for the audio and for the music and for just a bit of atmosphere. Now, I only just found Syrinscape review has, how can I put it? Syrinscape has actual campaign audio sets where we use that for the Waterdeep Dragon Heist. There's one for Mad Mage that's coming out as well, or that has come out, and we're even using it for the Rise of the Runelords sound set for the Rise of the Goblin Lords. What I only just found out last Friday was that they've released a Sinister Secrets of Saltmarsh, which is the campaign book that we're in. Now, we're about 98% through that book, right at the very, very on, and we just don't, now we've got the sound sets. So the haunted house that we start everything in, and even the ship that we're on all has their own sound sets, the rooms and everything. So if you're going to do your own version or your own game of this, please check them out. And they have amazing sound, and we're going to use just a little bit of that last maybe 5% or 2% of the Sinister Secrets before switching across to me just ad-libbing everything. So they've got amazing stuff, and we'll probably also come back to some of the things, some of the sound elements that we didn't get to use because they're still useful in their own context. So you can use Syrinscape for your online, offline needs. You can use it from a computer like we're doing here. You can download it to a phone or to a tablet or a laptop and use that in your games. So it really just makes that extra element, especially when you're talking about a haunted house. Haunted houses are so much fun. The other thing we can do, the other bit of housekeeping, is I love that. So, what is that emote? Okay, cool. So that's a really cool emote. So another thing that we can do here, so you can help donate to the channel to support the channel and also affect the gameplay. So we currently have no donations in play, and donations come into play by if you donate $1 or 100 bits with the hashtag of the character or cast member's name. Then what happens is we give that person a D4. For every $1 or every 100 bits, it goes up to D6, D8, D10, D12. If it goes past D12, no matter who you want it to go to, it goes to the DM, goes to me, and I get a D20. And I will use that D20 as quickly as I can, just to make sure I don't get to lose it, because there's only one donation in play at once. So if you donate to somebody else, it's taken away from the first person and goes to the next person with the upped value. So it can affect the game. It can only use it for skill checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. It can't be used for damage. It can't be used for death saves, and it can't be used for something else. I was thinking of something else, but yes. Initiative, yes, that's the other one. Initiative is not a skill check. I've had that debate with people. It's not. So generally, it can affect things quite a bit, and it can be used after the fact. So if you're just 1 or 2 off, or if you really, really need to hit something, or really need to make that save, and you think you're close but you didn't get it, you can use it after the fact. So it makes it really easy for that. But that's pretty much everything there. And we've got a tradition here of having the cast members do the previously on, as in what happened last week or recently, not just from the cast members' perspective, but from the character's perspective. They're usually a bit over the top, a bit heartfelt, and usually quite flawed. But they're always very much from the character's neurotic thoughts or diaries. So we'll switch off to who's running it this week. I believe it is Typo with Explosia.
Okay. No. Actually, I believe it's supposed to be a step. Oh, okay. Well, guess I'll just have to check our notes. Doing it ad lib then. How are you doing, everybody? Well, our journey started last week. We may have slightly botched our plan to scare the smugglers and got into a little bit of a combat with them. After the fighting, which Hunter went down twice, I think, and Ander went down maybe once. How many times did you go down, Ander?
Once.
Okay, just once. He only got his ass handed to him. Oh, I'm sorry. His rumpus handed to him once. After that, though, we've successfully managed to save the day, only for lizard men to come after us. Horrible, nasty little lizard men who attacked us and proceeded to stab me in places I didn't know I had. I may have blacked out for a little bit, but thanks to our wonderful cleric, thank you again, Edric, I managed to come back to life and take down the lizard. Unfortunately, our wolfen friend, Ander, who he transformed into a wolf, not to be confused with an actual wolf, may have slightly, absolutely murdered the lizard and ate part of him. Not sure how that's going to play out in his dietary whatevers, but we'll see. Anyways, that got a little tiny dragon very upset with me. No, not him, apparently. Just me, because I have wonderful karma. And I tried to apologize. Didn't work out so well. Got really sad. Edric and Hunter went off to go find more treasure. They succeeded. And eventually, we've come back to where we are now.
We totally didn't find anything.
Oh, yes. I don't know what they found, but I trust them ever so much. Well, for now, though, I have business with a little dragon, round 2.
Okay.
Hope that ran.
Thank you for that. It was kind of ad-lib because we only pointed out that it's supposed to be boy, girl, boy, girl. I didn't point it out, someone else did.
Completely ad-lib.
Like,
I didn't get any
right
time.
from the start. So last week, essentially, you thought you'd cleaned up everybody in the ship. You've had your big fight. Everyone surrendered, and then lizardmen come out. And even though they were surrendered, like the ship people, the totally non-pirates and totally non-smugglers, helped out a little bit by kicking and punching and whatnot the lizardmen. It was a pretty nasty fight. I won't put it. It was unexpectedly nasty. I thought it would be a nothing, and it's supposed to be, but wow. And of another note, when searching the ship, you also located the mage and his 2 friends, which you scared off right from the start of the battle, and you found the 3 of them, floating in the bilges with those disgusting swarms of rot grubs crawling under their skins, and they are totally, totally dead. You also found a wand on their person, so hey, that's something. And you think that you've dealt with most things. The pseudo-dragon, who still hasn't introduced himself by name, was a little bit miffed at the death of its master and called Explosia a murderer in Explosia's mind. And it really, really ticked off Explosia, because I think Explosia doesn't think of herself like that. And she tried to save him, but that's not what the dragon saw. The dragon also is trying to steal the gems off Explosia's greatsword. So, we're going to open our scene with. Actually, we're going to open our scene with instead of Explosia, but with Hunter. Hunter, you've got a box. You've been looting the ship, and you decided not to open the box. You decided to hide the contents of the box. Would you like to open what's actually in the box?
Yeah, the longer Hunter's holding onto the box, it's like, I can't open it. It's going to explode on me again. But I have to know what's in it. No, I can't do it. Then he just does it. He opens it. Do I have one of the keys for it? One of the keys, do they work on it?
You do actually have the keys to the box because you've got all the keys. You've actually got the keys. So you open the key, you open the box with the key, and it did require it. In the box, though, there is quite a number of silver coins. And the only other thing in the box is a very ornate, almost elven dagger. Oh, well, it is an elven dagger, but it's elven, but strangely elven.
Dagger, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, silver coins. That's all I found. All I found were silver coins. And I pocketed the dagger.
Okay. Why did I not expect that? Why did I not expect that?
All right. So yeah, I passed the box with the silver coins over to Edric.
Yep.
Because he's the official treasurer. Mm-hmm.
The bookkeeper.
So it would seem.
Mm-hmm. And in a small little room that smells of the swamp, Explosia Lulu is going past the stench of the room and trying to, I think, negotiate with a small little dragon. So we'll
Yes.
open up with go back to the dragon scene.
Explosia will wander into the room briefly, and she kind of like stomps into the room a little bit, like in a huff. Then, as she opens the door and like looks in, a thought seems to strike her. All of her bluster is suddenly gone, and then she like quickly backs away, closes the door, and stands there holding the door for a second, like the handle of it. Chest rises and then falls as she slouches her shoulders, and a look of determination suddenly floods her. She turns around and shoots off towards Edric. Edric, what are you doing real quick?
Counting silver pieces.
Explosia runs up to you, grabs both of your hands, looks you in the eye. Her brow is furrowed. Her mouth is in a determined line, and she gives a and then proceeds to hands up once, down, and then proceeds to leave.
Oh.
Do you do anything?
Leave where?
She just immediately and then proceeds to turn around, let go of you, and turn around and leave.
Are you okay?
Yes. You hear from a distance.
She's not okay.
And Explosive will then head off to Hunter.
Keep counting those coins.
So
But I lost count, so I have to start all over.
seeing that I just witnessed what the hell just happened, and I see you approaching, I quickly make myself appear to be busy, looking at the planks and analyzing them and going like, that's some interesting wood.
Hunter dear.
Yes, Explosia.
Hello, Hunter. I require your assistance.
Yes. Yes.
It is a matter of the gravest importance, and I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. I need you to I'm going to go talk to the dragon thing, and I need you to be the man beneath my wings, as they say, right?
I'm sorry, I'm doing what?
I need you to be the man beneath my wings. That's the common colloquialism. Everybody knows it.
I quickly searched through my head for common colloquialisms, and I do not find this.
Man winging, come on. It's common, like, it's usually for dates, but it's also sometimes for, like, talking to people when you're nervous.
Okay. I look
Okay,
at
wait.
planks like I really want to keep analyzing them, but I'll help her out.
Grabs your hand, begins like I would say skipping, but no, she doesn't skip. She's a Sears right now, so she hurries off back towards the dragon and where it's located, and she goes,
Okay, I just kind of need you to back me up here. I just need a friend, because this was going to be very difficult for me, but I'm determined to do it properly.
I look
Are
around
you ready,
like,
Hunter?
where's Asteria?
It's okay if you back up. It's okay if we back out now, Hunter. It's okay if we back out now.
Go ahead. I'll help you. I'll be your man of wings.
Yes, be my Birdman.
she turns around, looks to the door, and she will place her hand on the handle, and that excited energy will leave her. She'll slowly open it, and she will look around for the dragon, presumably at its hoard.
Did you take the chest? Like the big chest before the trade bars in it?
I don't think we took the
Yeah.
chest. I think we took everything out of it.
Okay.
No, yeah, we took the stuff out of it, but we didn't take the chest.
Okay.
So
The dragon is trying to push the chest back where it was, but still the chest is too heavy for it to push. And that's what the dragon's doing, trying to push the chest back into the corner so it can hide where his little hoard is behind it.
Explosia instinctively goes to try to help it, but then realizes, no, not yet. No, not right now. And she will give like a cough, like,
Excuse me.
It looks up and hisses and then hides behind the chest.
I am going to be honest. I originally came in here with the expectation of being angry at you, of being upset. Your comments hurt me and hurt my pride, and I was intending to come in here and bludgeon you with my righteousness. Not
With
physically
what?
bludgeon, like bludgeon with words. To tell you all the times that I've turned away from violence. All the times that I've tried to do my best and it wasn't enough. And all the times I've seen my companions.
she looks over to Hunter and kind of glances out towards the others.
Killing people. Where I tried always to save lives but failed. And then how it felt for you to call me a murderer. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm ashamed of myself. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is that your friend died. And I was so caught up in my own pain that I failed to realize that.
Explosia will then grab her helmet and she takes it off, and the soft blonde hair falls around her face. And she glances down towards the dragon where it's hiding, and she has a soft expression in her eye, a guilty expression.
My friends and I, we are guilty, as you say. Anda may have done the deed, but, and I may have tried to spare it, but ultimately I still allowed him to kill it. My friends, even the ones that didn't participate.
She looks over to Hunter and like reaches out to like grab your hand. Do you allow her?
yeah.
She grabs it and like clenches it tight.
Even my friends who did nothing to attack your friend are still guilty all the same because we allowed it. I'm sorry. I don't believe I've actually said that to you yet, but I am truly sorry, not just because I killed your friend, but because I failed to notice that you were in pain. I was so caught up with trying to be perceived as a hero that I'd failed to be one to you. And I don't know if I could ever do anything to earn your forgiveness for that. But I do hope I do wish to try my best. And I don't want to tell you, I'm not telling you this because I want you to see me as some great hero, but simply because I want you to eventually come to realize that I don't mean you harm. And I didn't mean your friend harm either. I did not mean to kill your friend. I did not wish for his death, regardless of what he may have done to me.
And she grips the wound at her side, where she was quite literally gored almost to death by the fat, very lizard.
Even after everything he did to me, I did not wish for him to suffer. And I'm sorry for his fate. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I hope that I can someday make it up to you in some way. But until then, would you be willing to perhaps...
Looks over to Hunter like,
I don't know, you seem to be fond of Hunter.
Hi, Dragon. He's very awkward because he's not good at any of this.
girls and their stupid feelings.
And I got a vacuum right behind me, so I can't really say much.
Well, it's still a bit selfish of me to desire this, I suppose, but I do really want to help you, especially after what we've done. And if you were to, say, befriend somebody who didn't hurt your friend, like Hunter here, it would give me an opportunity perhaps to make up to you. And I'm sorry.
And I look at the dragon and I add, she has a lot of jewels. Not just the ones in the sword.
Hunter hears in your mind that you hear two things. The first one is that my name is Bims. And the other one is, how many gems?
I bow to Bims and I say, I tried to find that out once, but I got kicked out of the house. But there's a lot.
There's a house made of gems?
Hunter stops and goes like, house made of gems? That's the great idea. And I, oh, no, the house is not made of gems. She has it in, her family has it in, kind of like her treasure hoard sorts.
So...
Her family's the human equivalent of a dragon.
that's the ticking on the mind. It's like, so family dragon hoard. It says, so if we move into family house, we get all the gems?
Maybe not all, but some. More than you have right now.
But I have to be friends with this one.
And this is all in my head, right?
Yeah, it's only you. It's telepathic only to one person.
You can try. You don't have to. But you can try.
Just one word response. Before you feel that before you feel the link separate, like just die, and that is tolerate.
color. Yes.
And then you feel that connection severed.
It's a perfect
enough.
word. Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, Explosive's just been sitting here just like It's like, well, I feel like a third wheel, guys. Who else does? Just me.
Hunter, you also, in your mind, says, well, can you carry this for me? It's a bit hard to move hordes. And starts moving and shuffling like coins and silver cutlery and things like that, and starts pushing them across in your direction to pick up.
Yeah, I'll pick it up. I asked him, do you have a key for this?
You're asking the...
Yeah, I'm asking the dragon if he has a key for his little chest that it's secure and safe.
He doesn't have... It's not his chest. Like, the chest is the big one, which is...
So he just repurposing the chest that we emptied.
No, he was behind it. His hoard was behind the chest. He was just trying to push it back to cover where his hoard was.
We do have an idea of where the
Gotcha.
key is.
And it'll pass in a few days.
Yep.
And
Nope.
We'll never know about that key.
And it would be so good to have a key to that chest because it was tracked as well. Wow.
Oh, that's too bad. That key is gone forever.
Yeah, it'll pass in a few days.
Okay.
And it'll just keep on disappearing.
Yep. It's like finding that key is like knowing how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
It's
17.
impossible to know.
17.
17.
I actually don't know what a tits
Yeah,
is.
I'll help him carry his hoard. I'll help him out.
Okay. As I said, his hoard it's pretty much... It's anything shiny. There's a couple of coins in there, but there's nothing of anything really of value. But in there is also shiny cutlery and anything like belt buckles or even like studded, like studs which have fallen off but are shiny. So he's put that in there as well.
No, that's fine. I mean, it might be worthless in a monetary value, but it has worth to him. So nice to keep it safe.
Do you need me to help with that? Oh, he's hissing at me.
You hear a hiss and its tail rears up.
Say, it's all right, Bims. She won't bother you unless you let her.
It moves forward almost aggressively to protect its hoard and stand between its hoard and Explosia.
She won't bother you unless you let her. Hunter lies. He would be fully aware that Explosia is one of the most aggressively friendly people in the world.
Aggressively annoying at that, yes.
And he's halfway counting on it, so he can see a little pseudo dragon go ham on a little girl. But that's for a later day, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to place bets on that one, actually.
Yes.
It's more a case if that sting hits and that constitution save fails, that's when things turn very dramatically towards one side. Or if that gemmed family heirloom finally hits one day. Although doubtful.
Never.
It might.
I think it's hit once in 10 episodes.
I think it's hit twice, but
Twice.
it's never done anything impressive.
Yeah, in 10 episodes.
I think the first hit was like 3 damage, but it hit.
No,
Yeah.
It's hit 3 times. Once against like some stupid thing that did like 3 damage. Once against the spider swarm, which got it halved. And then once against that one bloody guy who I nicked with it.
Something like that, yep. So we move from the scene of the pseudo dragon in the smell, the absolutely stinking cabin of where the lizardmen were staying. We're back to around the mask. Ando and Edric, the sailors, because I was going to call them smugglers, but they're totally innocent. The sailors, bound to the mask, are trying to plead with you to be released, and they're saying that if you release us, then we'll tell you everything, and you've got enough people to say that, like, to show that there was people here and that the others fled. We're just the sailors. We're not in charge of anything, but we can tell you what we need to know. What we know, at least.
Speaking of not in charge, there was a man who went overboard, or was it a woman? I couldn't tell in the light. But they went off and over there, I think. If we could probably ask your
Looks to Hunter.
we could perhaps ask your friend to see if he could lead us there.
I was talking
I'm
about
not sure.
this is what's happening at the same time for Edric
Oh,
and
okay.
Ando.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, Ander afterwards had actually been napping against the boat because he lost a lot of blood and then went into a blood frenzy, and he was tired. But these guys are loud and they're waking him up, so he's not happy.
Do we get a bounty per person that's like alive or dead or anything like that?
You weren't told anything about any bounties, just to seize the ship.
Okay, I just wasn't there when we actually accepted the mission.
No, the idea, the whole mission was about to seize the ship to stop the seagoing operation of the smuggling. Seeing you were able to stop the land side initially, but they're pleading to be let go, and they'll just take the little rowboat and they'll find their way away.
So I'm gonna get up and go to Edric and be like, "Can you please quiet these guys down? I'll stand there, do whatever you need me to do, but I'm tired."
I'll say I'm not letting them go anywhere. So I mean, we can either, shut them up by stuffing their mouths with something, or, I mean, whap them with your stick.
Yeah, Explosive would hate me for that one. So I'm just gonna turn to one of them and be like, "Tell us your story, and if it's worth it, we'll see about letting you go. But please tell it quickly."
Do a persuasion
Okay.
or intimidation. Which way you want to go?
It doesn't really matter. My bonus is the exact same.
Okay.
Can I give him advantage because I'm with him and crossing my arms like Dwight?
Whew, please.
No, I was going to say no for that. Cause
That's fine. We still got an 8.
you still got an 8.
That's probably good.
They're like, I mean, there is situational changes here because you have killed pretty much all the crew. You've killed all of the leadership, including the lizardmen. But like, let us go and like, we'll tell you everything. We'll tell you like, we don't know where we're going, but we'll tell you. We'll tell you about the prisoner. Yeah, that's right. We'll tell you about the prisoner if you just let us go.
All right, so you're already telling me details. So you may as well just tell me the full story, or else you don't want me to go back into wolf form, do you? I don't know what'll happen. You don't know what'll happen.
3 of them shudder. The last one didn't see that. Didn't see the wolf form. Because he was climbing up the hills in the water on that stage. I think, or just saw the last one, yeah. But like, no, like, just please let us go. You don't need us. We're just trying to have an income, have a job. Sometimes it's hard to get a job. We're just sailors.
you can get a job working in the prison if they so decide to let you do so.
We don't own the ship. We don't run the business. We're just sailors. That's all we do. Follow orders.
Well, you're sailors that picked a bad job. You knew it was happening. So
Also,
let's
you
not pretend
already
there are no
told
mores.
us. You already told us there's a prisoner.
No, we
Just
didn't.
tell us the rest. You just said that.
No,
Yes.
no. There's no prisoner. We'll tell
But
you about one.
here's the thing. You can either tell us what you know, and then we'll talk amongst ourselves and we'll see if there's something we can do, or we can leave you tied up and I don't know, maybe tie a brick to your foot and toss you into the ocean and
Okay.
see how you survive out there.
Okay, that deserves a separate intimidate roll. Because that is a threat,
Mm-hmm.
and that's separate to the initial.
I say I don't get anything to it. So
So we're going to backtrack a little bit from what you just intended to say. In your mind, that's what you thought you were going to say. But what actually was said just then, when we put into a case of your one for intimidation?
I probably just did that.
So you're thinking, and as you're thinking, as you're going, you're thinking, oh yeah, we're going to tie a brick to your feet, and this is what you're actually saying, but you know that's only what you thought instead. You wanted your outside voice instead of your inside voice in that circumstance.
Edric, you okay there?
Yeah.
You were planning on saying something.
I was trying to think of something to say, but I don't know. I'm not good at that.
Hey, how about this? How about you tell us the story, or I know of a slow way you can die by rock grubs. And by slow, I mean it's not that slow.
I don't think they'd even know what rock crabs are. And you've seen it in person. You've seen what happens to yourself. But I don't think they know what they'd be. But
would you like if we took you somewhere and you had these bugs crawling
just let
under
us
your
go.
skin? I know. I'm just saying, just tell the story first. That's it.
Smack one of them. Whoever had the most health and kept talking.
No. Roll a d4. Roll a d4 to 6 one. You see which one you smack. You just said smack one of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We can't see him we could see him last time, but
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one you smacked across the head is he's barely conscious.
spare the dying.
As in, has only got 1 hit point left.
All right, Edric. Didn't know we were going this route. I told you Flozio would not be happy. I've gotten in trouble for that. So, please, before we both join in on this venture, please tell us what you have to say.
We found someone that was sneaking about the ship. So we put him captive
Where did you put them captive?
at the back of the boatswain's cabin. There's a secret cell there that we use for smuggling, but he's bolted to the ship to stop him from getting away, stop him from causing trouble.
So you're saying you're not a bad person by locking someone away?
He was snooping around. He was doing stuff. I don't know. That was with captain's orders.
I thought you were
sailing the
just
ship.
sailors.
We're just sailors. Everyone here
Who
just sailors.
locked someone away?
I didn't lock them away. The boatswain did.
All right, Edric, finish the job. And I'm heading down to where that was.
So I look at him for a second, and I like just kind of like flinch at him with the mace, and then I follow him.
and that's when the Explosia and Hunter come out of that look on their face, that edging them on, and then walking away. That's where you come out back onto the deck.
So how is
That
everyone
moment.
doing?
Apparently they locked someone away downstairs, and so we're gonna
There's a
unlock
hidden
them away.
compartment.
And
Oh,
there's
good. I'm so proud of you.
fresh blood on the
Eh.
mast.
Wasn't me.
Stares at the blood. Stares back at you.
Wasn't me.
It's kind of like walks saunters over to you, and like proceeds to go pop pop on both of your heads.
I want to say like check my staff, but then I realized like from my blood and other blood, everything is covered in blood.
Can you do a perception check, please? For Explosia and Hunter.
Okay.
Okay, so Explosia is just going to bop bop on the back of the heads, while Hunter can see Exterior just on the corner of the ship, going like flicking through the new books that she's got, and she's pointing at Edric as the one responsible, and it goes back to the book.
I just smile.
I bow my head in shame.
Oh,
Explosia is already wandering off, and then she like turns around.
I don't know where I'm going, so could one of you lead?
yeah. And I'll continue leading back to where we were told there was someone.
Hunter, are you staying or with them, or are you coming with us?
Well, as you guys are about to leave, I'm like, this is Bims. I think he's
Oh.
gonna tag along.
And I
All
guess
right.
Asteria can stay and watch the tied up people.
She just goes back to the book.
Speaking of which, should we do something about that one leader who escaped?
They'll be fine.
Can you turn into some sort of bat creature, Ander?
No, I'm way too tired to do anything.
Well then.
Like,
I
what are we
suppose they
doing?
just escaped. Well, there was
Oh.
one of the leaders that survived and escaped, if I remember correctly.
No, not the leader. You said prisoner, right?
Yeah, we're going to the Botswain's area. So as we're walking there, I do want to turn to Bims and be like, Bims, I'm Ander. I killed the lizardmen.
It snarls.
They deserved it.
It says agreed, but it still snarls. Like it says in your mind, yes, I agree, but it still snarls openly
Just now,
to save face.
I will not kill you.
I know that. You can't fly.
Well, that's fair.
Worst
Fair.
person to say that to.
I haven't
As it
tried yet,
flies off.
so. All right, so we get there.
So which place in the ship are you looking for? So, like they said below deck. So I'm going to put all the characters to understand there. I'm not going to open up the ship to be fully. You can't see everything because we're looking for a hidden thing. So this is below deck. There's 3 rooms below deck. So which room are you searching? You don't know which room is
am
the
still
boss
on the
man's
start
room.
screen.
Oh, that's right. We're on that screen. Let's go to the other screen. There we go.
3, 2, 1.
Did it
Where
work?
am I? Oh, there am I. Oh,
We're down the
Okay,
bottom.
everybody spread out and cause the DM a headache.
Ah, that's okay.
I'm going.
Those rock
I'm
grubs
going
start
to.
moving.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to this room.
I'm gonna go to this room. and I'm gonna look for those ladder that ladder going up to the secret thing on that cabin. That's the right room, right? That had the like secret thing under the carpet.
This one had the secret thing above it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
I can't see shit.
I'm going to search like the floors and walls to see if I can find anything.
I have my unseen servant carry a lantern for us.
Oh, thank you.
That thing is still around.
How long does it last for? Because it's been
A
quite
full
some time.
freaking hour.
So with Edric with me, tearing apart this room, we have a crit success.
Okay. And you also hear the...
Well, that bird's still there.
Yep. And now I've got a button for it.
I was thinking it might be behind that cot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Buttons are awesome. Syrinscape's awesome. I had it like 2 weeks ago. Or 3 weeks ago. Or 4. Oh well. So a 20 going through that room. And can we get Hunter and Explosia also searching as well? Because they're also searching that room above.
Okay.
So you've got 2 rooms that you're searching.
I will give advantage to you.
Okay. Yeah. In particular, I wanna try to find that ladder thing that should be going up.
There's no ladder going up.
Okay, then that definitely raises alarms.
You notice that you know that there's a trapdoor above because it was under the carpet and you found that quite easily.
Yeah.
From this room though, you can't even notice that there's a trapdoor there. As in, it's obvious from above, underneath the rug, but from this side, the person that stayed in this room would never have seen it. Would never
Interesting.
have seen it. Now, we'll go for Hunter and Explosia first. Hunter and Explosia, you've noticed that the back of the room is like, there should be more distance. By maybe 4 foot.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
For for Ander and Edric, same thing. You think that there's another 4 foot. The ship was a bit bigger above than it is down here.
Okay.
And the door is open between them, so you can you're searching around and you're searching for panels, and at the same time, you figure out that there's a secret door in both rooms. Which one do you open first?
Mine.
Mine.
Okay. At the same time, then. At the
I
same
have my
time.
mace at the ready.
Wait.
No. Wait. That's it. Done.
Mage hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mage hand is
done.
gonna open mine. Damn it.
You want to open it both yourself. So, in the room to the south, so the room to the bottom, where Ander and Edric are in, is a small 4 foot by about 8 foot compartment, which is empty. You can see a chain hanging on the wall, and it goes into the corner, and you can just see. Well, when you open the door, you hear the chain rustle, and if you look around, there's a gaunt-looking, almost elven but not really elven person, who is wearing pretty much only a loincloth. And he's startled that you opened and it's not the person he's expecting. In the room to the north, with Hunter and Explosia, you open the door, and let's go to initiative. No, I'm kidding. You open the door, and you find, again, about a 4 foot by 8 foot room, but this is stacked with weapons. It's stacked from the floor. It's just really just they're all thrown in. There's nothing neat about it. It's all just thrown in, but it's just stacked with weapons and shields in the room. We're talking spears, shields, short swords, morning stars, javelins. There's quite a few of them.
Peers over Hunter's shoulder.
I look at Explosia, and in my head, I'm like, fuck, she's here. We're gonna have to.
Wow, this seems a lot of things.
Wait 1 second. I didn't do that right.
Wow, this sure is a lot of weapons in here.
Yes, it is.
Subtlety is my strong suit.
And Ander, what are you doing?
I see the person, and I want to go be like, "Are you okay?"
There's no real response.
Well, all right. Do I see, like, is there an easy way to, like, free but not free them? Like, keep them, like, shackled but not, like, but, like, get them off the wall?
The only way, well, in thinking that, you could think that if you remove the shackle from the wall, they're still chained and
I
handcuffed
peek
and manacled.
my head in the door and I say, "We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you." In Elvish.
Ah! So that gets a response. I guess a response by...
Glad I took that.
Well, this is the thing with the campaign as well, is that if you have a language, like we have lots of language that open, and at any point during the campaign you can just say, okay, yeah, that's right, I remember I've learned Elvish, or I've learned this, so it's now permanently on your character. Asteria's got the most languages, like 6 or 7, so I'm sure we've got a few already set with that one yet. But there is a response like, you're not with the pirates.
No.
Oh,
We came here to stop them from the bad things they were doing.
you've stopped them? You
Yes.
oh,
We've
That-
taken control of the ship.
and what for me? What is your attention?
Our prisoner now.
Well, someone mentioned someone being hidden down here. So we came down to look and see if we could find you. Can you tell us who you are?
My name's Oceanus. I'm a member of the tribe of Manan. We live in an undersea settlement.
Syrinscape.
That's a
Voice
first.
acted.
That's a first for me.
That's cool.
That sound, hold on. That sound a lot like Typo, just with a different voice,
I thought that's who was talking at first.
right?
So when I first heard that voice, I thought it was me too for a second. It weirded me out. I was like, huh.
Whew,
Before
all
the
right.
show, I was playing with it with Typo.
Sorry, I was confused. Can you replay that for me?
No,
Oh, well, fair enough.
you only says
how,
things once. Just because I
was
just
How
startled.
about you? So I'll turn and you said the doorway between the rooms is open, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I would just holler out and let Explosia and Hunter know that there's an elf in here named Oceanus.
Is she frightened, or he frightened by how I look covered in
Oh,
blood?
That's right. You're very much covered in blood, so that will be a yes.
Okay.
But I did come in very calming.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So one person's
Sure.
calming, one.
Should,
So good cop, scary cop, or good cop,
Yeah,
mass murderer.
yeah.
You should go make sure that
Andrew,
the
you should
prisoner
step
is
out and
okay.
get some cleaning from, one of the ladies.
I don't want to. I don't want to have to get cleaning again. It's always a
Explosia, do you
horrible
mind?
idea.
You mind?
Oh,
you
yes,
mind
of
cleaning
course.
them off?
1 second, we're looking through some weapons here.
Definitely go make sure that the prisoner is okay.
There. So there's Andor.
Prisoner, you can save him. You can rescue
Yep.
him. Go rescue the prisoner, Explosion.
How So then I'd turn back to Oceanus and
Right.
ask how they how did you get here?
Hey,
why did they
Hey, explosive.
take you as a prisoner?
My tribe noted this unusual boat that was coming to this stretch of coast night after night. It's usually deserted here. When I followed the ship to its home port, I found that they were loading a small arsenal of weapons aboard. I was careless.
Where's their home port?
They discovered me and they knocked me out. When finally I regained consciousness, I was chained to the ship's hull.
Okay, that's not me, but
Like music. Do you
No,
where's their home port? Where are they coming from?
um,
And as I'm saying this, I'm gonna go over and try to start unbinding him.
he says he says he doesn't understand.
Could you rephrase that in Elvish?
It's as if his Elvish is not his native language.
Yeah. What port did you follow them into?
What do you mean by that?
He seems to be a bit confused. But he also doesn't
Where
seem to
were-
be able to answer that question.
Yeah. Well, can we trust you?
Yes.
I guess I will try to unbind him to, let him free. And then ask if anyone knows if we passed any clothes or anything we can give him.
What did you just do then?
That was insane.
That was not me.
What?
The puff
You're-
explosion.
Oh, you mean this?
Wait, I can't see it now.
1 sec. Go over you and
I just want to see what's going on. What the hell is that?
I just cast a spell. Well, I don't see what the problem is.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I was just looking at something and then suddenly this puff and I was like, what?
I can show you guys afterwards.
Yeah. I think I have an idea, but yeah, okay.
Apparently, I'm clean now.
Yes, you are clean.
Wow.
They'll take that taint off. Yeah, you're getting the idea that although he does speak Elvish and is understanding your Elvish, that Elvish is certainly not his first language. Although he does seem to look somewhat Elven, but not in the traditional sense.
Do you speak another language more fluent?
I've got to get the actual name of the language for you, but he does say yes. I do.
Probably don't.
Yes.
I've got to try to find
I'm
the
going to guess
language.
primordial or Aquan,
Thieves can't.
Sylvan.
No, thieves, no. Why would it be thieves can't?
Oh,
I just want to use it.
I'm sorry. I need to adjust Explosive. Explosive looks like this. She's like peeking her head around the door because there's not enough room for her.
I can't find it, but it used to be called Aquan or Aquan.
Aquan, yeah.
Yeah.
If you have any primordial language, you also understand it.
Yeah. This one specifically
Meaning-
primordial water.
Yeah. Does anybody have primordial? Explosive wouldn't.
No.
But he'll continue in saying that
I've completely lost track of time. I couldn't tell you how long they've had me here.
Hey, Edric, I'm clean now. Is there anything you need my help with?
and
Is abyssal primordial?
nope.
They're
Nope.
close cousins, right?
I think it was.
No, it's not.
No, it's
They're
not.
not.
It's not.
I'm pretty sure that there is an explanation where it was at one point a form of it that was twisted or messed up or something.
Zero, what are you stealing now that you've been alone for a bit?
Anything that I can pocket away without explosion noticing. So mainly, I guess, daggers. Kind of
Okay.
refill all my daggers. All my cutlery is now actual daggers or knives or something.
Just needs a leather coat to have it lined on the insides.
So that's what's in there.
Ah
I don't
man,
think you can smuggle any of those.
I can't.
You can't. No. You can't.
Is that a short
Come out,
sword in
Carrie.
your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I come out with like 10 swords on my back and like, what? I've always had these.
There's something else in there, so because you are going through there to find the daggers, because it's just jumped. They're just dumped in there, and they're not high quality. They're not all from the same brand. They're certainly not from the same maker. They're certainly human made, but there's no two that look exactly alike. Or seemingly from even the same forge. But there's one thing that does also stand out, is one shield emblazoned on the front with the design of a lizard with a forked tongue extended. That's the only one that stands out.
Why would you want that?
I don't know. It looks
I
pretty cool.
grab it, I look at it. Hedgehog would like this. I don't know. How do you carry a shot? You gotta just carry it. I don't have any straps for it. And I'll try to keep it like thin side towards me. Every time like I move, it's kind of like on the side of me,
It's
away from explosion.
so carrying a shield is actually quite hard to do unless you have it strapped or have it carried properly. Carrying it sideways is even harder. It's kind of a
Yeah,
weird
I
to
put a
do.
strap on mine so I can wear it on my back.
Yeah. Like from someone
Eventually, it'll just fall and make clatter. That's when I get caught. I'm like, we don't need to give them everything, okay? Edric needs this.
I just want you to know that Explosia left her unseen servant in the room, so there is a little like man dressed like sort of like a pseudo Sherlock, just with a pipe in its non-existent mouth and just staring at you. You're pretty sure these things can't communicate properly to Explosia or anything, but just staring at you.
Has it got the pipe of remembrance?
No, it's just got a normal corncob pipe.
Okay. Was it actually told to do anything except for just watch?
It's just there to watch and provide light.
Okay.
I want to sell it all.
He says that he speaks a language which you don't know what it is, as in the Aquan. Are you unfamiliar with Aquan? Is there anything you want to ask him, or anything you want to tell him? Or
Well, first I asked if we could trust him. That way we could
And he
at
did say-
least,
he did answer.
take all the bindings all the way
Yes.
off.
he answered yes.
And then I would relay back to everyone else and ask if there was anyone, or basically everything he said to me, and then ask if I asked if anyone had any clothing or anything we could give him to wear for now, or if we knew of any. I think we opened a
mean-
chest upstairs that had some clothes in it. If anyone wants to go grab them,
There's clothes in every room.
cool.
Yeah,
we'll,
just
we'll grab some
grab the
clothes
ones
and
in
toss it
here.
to him.
And and
Thank you.
You're welcome.
it's like, I've got a thank you button done. Is there anything else you want to ask him though?
And that's where I'd ask the group if anyone has anything they want to ask. He understands a little bit of Elvish.
Yeah.
So if we can phrase it right, we can ask.
One moment. Explosia will start getting his measurements. Then, satisfied, she will walk back out of the room and go to fetch the best clothing.
Best clothing was from the wizards. Directly
I
above.
want to ask him if he knew, like, previous to him being on here, do you know anything about the lizard man? Oh
I
yeah,
would relay it.
yeah,
Lizard folk
please.
aboard this ship?
He seems surprised.
Yeah, I may have torn one to shreds.
No.
He seems quite
Okay.
confused that there's lizardmen on the ship.
Yeah, there was 3 of them, and a pseudo dragon.
I don't think he knows. Let's ask. Can we ask him about the dragon? Ask him if he knows of any dragons on board or pseudo dragon.
No.
No, it is.
Do you want to come back with us and we can get you back to shore and get you help?
Yes.
All right, well,
All right.
he doesn't know about the lizard man that I murdered. It's fine. He will walk upstairs and puke. It's okay.
Explosia, clean that stuff up.
Yeah, I think it was cleaned up.
Mostly using her servant to touch the
Yeah.
bits.
Yeah. All right. I guess we just unchain him and let him go with us.
Yep.
I do want to tell him he has a very interesting name. Not in like a bad way, just like it's interesting.
So I'll turn to him and I'll say, Ander, and then I'll describe him and kind of point to him, thinks that you're cute.
Thank
Well
you.
played, sir.
And I'll tell him that he likes his name.
Thank you.
Well, fair enough.
Thank you. Ander, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed a little wordy there, but you know, what do I know? I don't know the elfin language.
No, you don't.
To be fair,
It's
Elvin probably is super wordy.
A little bit.
possibly. So what's Hunter doing with all the weapons now?
He is slowly and reluctantly coming to the conclusion that he can't have all of it. So he's just gonna. Oh, hi, Explosion.
No, I think Explosive's not quite here yet, I think.
No,
Yeah, you have a second of your own still.
no, it's fine actually. Like,
Oh, okay.
if he sees you coming, it'll be like, oh, hi, Explosion.
Oh,
We're not
hello,
giving it
Hunter.
all.
Huh?
We're not giving it all to the guard. No.
Understandable.
Okay, good.
This
Help me
door is
carry
not
some
open.
stuff.
We can't see through it. I had to walk all the way around.
You'll need to leave some. Well, need to leave some things, of course. But I mean, you are an adventurer now, so you're allowed. I believe you're allowed to take a little bit of a bounty for yourself.
Edric!
So as I said,
Come,
there's
look at
10
this.
spears, 10 short swords, 30 javelins. Sorry, 20 javelins, 20 shields. Just as a note, as you're going through this, can I get? I think it's Hunter, because I think that you're the one that did this. Can I get an insight check, just like as a memory check?
Mm-hmm. 1 second. Let me find insight. He remembers nothing.
You do not catch on that you have a elven dagger from the box in the room of where the prisoner was being kept, and also someone took the Triton, the ornate Triton that was also sitting against the wall. The Trident, yeah. Didn't click that someone who's elven may have ownership of those.
Well, too bad for them.
It's mine now.
Do I need to make a
Didn't click or just chose not to recognize?
Pick one.
Do I need to insight check for the trident?
I think yeah, the Trident. Yeah.
Because I have that.
You think the Trident, because it was found in the room next to the person's prison, next to Oceanus's prison.
And are you still tired, right?
Still tired.
I'm gonna ask him if he lives in the water.
He explained that he lives in a settlement nearby.
There's only water nearby. We're in the ocean.
It's not far from the
Wow,
coast
Hunter, that's a really
of
cool
Saltmarsh.
shield you got there. Can I see?
It's for you, man. Hand it over.
All right.
So it's
That's a pretty
he
dope
explains
shield.
that he lives in an underwater settlement not far from Saltmarsh.
Oh, an underwater settlement.
Yes.
Wait, so you can breathe underwater? I've been trying to learn how to do that. Haven't learned it yet.
Well, it's apparently like flying. You just hold your breath and then swim.
Well,
You know magic?
Do I have a character? I do have a character. I'm just gonna have to check this. Because he does have a character sheet. And I can't remember what class he's supposed to be. But he says no. So
Probably a weeb.
No.
That's all right. You still have a wonderful talent. The last time we tried to breathe water, we almost drowned.
so
Oh, that was a joke. He did a
So-
joke.
is there any way you could take us to your settlement?
Oh,
No.
really? Ander wants to go to your house.
I'll do my
Meet your
best.
parents.
sorry, wrong one.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, he doesn't think he can.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. So, like, when we get you up and out of here, are you just going to jump in the ocean, or what's going on?
Maybe.
Oh, fair enough.
He does seem gaunt. He does seem.
Actually, could we
Yeah.
could we request that you stay for questioning?
How are they?
He also explains that that they try to give him when he's been here they've tried to give him human food and it just doesn't. It's not what he eats, and what they say is water to drink.
I see. Can I roll a history check for essentially diplomatic knowledge of what their culture might be like?
And may I separately roll a either nature or medicine to know, like, potentially what he may need to eat and drink?
Yes, on both.
Okay.
But I'm going to say there's disadvantage on explosives because it. Yeah. Well, you rolled a 6
you want-
anyway. I don't think you're going to
Yeah.
roll lower for explosives. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll medicine or nature, or does it really
Either
matter?
one. Probably nature is probably better than medicine in
Okay.
this case. Okay, so with Explosia, the reason why I was saying a disadvantage on this because they're very insular and hidden
Okay.
civilization. They don't interact with others, at least other surface-dwelling people that you wouldn't. So
Fair enough.
they would interact with other underwater civilizations, but not the surface dwellers.
I'd have to learn from a friend.
Yeah, or from books, which would be Asteria's field of expertise. As for the knowledge nature, you would say that he would eat fish, and that would be what they would be needing.
And as far as they've been giving him
I wouldn't
water,
have a
he
freaking
just
clue.
needs seawater.
I think would be seawater. Yeah.
All right. Well, would you like us to give you fish?
Yes.
Great. I'm going fishing. I am going fishing. All right, guys. I will be back with some fish. And does anybody have anything to carry water in?
No, but on your way up, could you take some of this stuff with you?
No.
Leave it up there. Oh, god damn.
I have a water skin.
There's
Yes.
lots of barrels of.
Please empty that out so I can get some water.
He does come out and he's curious about the weapons though, like why you've got weapons. Like hunters saying, "Can you carry these out?"
Mm-hmm.
I have
Look at him.
no idea
Oh,
what they could be doing with so many weapons.
what did he say?
He
Get Ezra to
doesn't know.
translate.
He doesn't understand what they will be doing with so many weapons.
I tell Edric to tell him to grab as many as he wants. So we're not gonna be able to carry all of them.
I don't know what these pirates are up to, but it's certainly nothing good.
Explosive not to have like evidence.
Are you tagging every one of them with evidence?
Not every one of them. He knows that Hunter needs his reward.
So you're lawful, but just not pure lawful.
She's fairly lawful, but she's not a complete party pooper.
We'll take a few. We'll leave most of the bulk for the evidence cards and all that stuff.
So to get fish, do I need to roll survival?
Are you going into the water?
Oh yeah, going full in.
Are you wearing your armor to get into the water? Wouldn't that be heavy and uncomfortable? Or are you taking your armor off?
To be fair, he's wearing wooden armor. He just float. he should probably, if he wears the armor, he's just like wearing
dive
like
down and he just floats back up.
I will set my armor to the side and just be in my normal cloth whatnot.
You know what the problem is you don't know what the armor does.
I don't
Your
know what the
character
armor
doesn't.
does.
But you do.
No, I don't. I still
Yeah.
don't.
We don't.
Oh, I thought I told you. Okay, cool.
No.
Okay. Do you want Explosia's help with this? I
No.
have rope.
No.
Okay.
Nope. I'm just going down in.
Good luck.
And you're
And
doing
that was
I-
the last and that was the last we ever saw of Vander.
night
So I
fishing.
set my armor aside and I dove in.
Okay.
That's a high dive, actually. That's a really high
It's only
dive.
15 foot or 20 foot or something like that. So it's
It's
Into
fine.
the water.
If you dive well, you're safe.
so do an acrobatics for your dive to minimize any like the less splash, the less damage. So you take 1d6 off the damage.
Oh yay!
which could be as low as 1, but in this case it's 4.
Oh, I just rolled it for myself, but okay. I'll take 4.
Yeah, I rolled it on GM
Four-
and just took that
four-
off. Yeah.
4's a lot better. Okay. I'm going fishing.
Yep. Do you have any light? It's nighttime.
Shit.
You're in a ship which have
Nope.
no lights on.
Nope.
You know, I was gonna put light on his stuff earlier, but
Yeah. No,
No,
it's fine.
He was a big boy. He wanted to do this on his own.
It's totally fine. So I'm at a disadvantage for finding fish.
Yep.
Great. So yeah. Let's find some. I got an 8.
Yep. So, as you're swimming around the ship, trying to find ship in the total darkness, you feel something large bump up against your leg. And can I get a perception with disadvantage? Actually,
Yeah.
because of-
Oh, this is not great. Okay.
So you totally can't hear because of the splashing of the water and of the boat and everything, and you can't see the two Roman or the two sailors in the still the small ship or small boat that's still there, pointing and trying to get your attention about something in your area. Totally oblivious of the shark that's been attracted to the bleeding and the blood in the area.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Sorry, nothing against Ander or but this is just fun.
So I'm oblivious, but I felt something.
Yes.
So I want to move away from that something in the direction that I feel is where I came from the boat.
Okay. Well, you can see the outline of the boat, the shadow of the boat. That's no problem
Great.
there. Yeah.
Great. I'm swimming back to the boat.
Yeah. Oh, so the boat or the ship, as in the small boat or
Oh.
the big ship. Ship's bigger.
Well,
Ship's close.
the big
Ship's
ship.
closer. Yeah. Okay.
Not to invite trouble, but weren't you in there to find something, and you just bumped into something? So
It felt big though. I can't carry that size of fish back.
fair. I can't carry a dolphin back onto ship.
Yeah, so I'm going back to the ship to try and climb back up and re-get my bearings.
Yep. No problem. Can I get an acrobatics, please, or an athletics to climb up the ship? Remember, it's
Oh,
slippery.
yeah, at normal.
Normal.
Oh, great. Please be not. Oh,
Yeah. It was a high check, but a 20 is enough to pass. Otherwise, you
Alright.
would have been splashing.
okay. So I get back up. And is anyone around me?
Asteria's book. And the
neck deep in the book.
yep.
Hey, Asteria, can you give me light? I can't find fish this way.
She puts the book down, looks annoyed that she's had to put the book down, and casts the light on you.
All
Or
right,
the
great.
little light spell on you.
Can you cast a little bit more light?
As in lights. Isn't it light cantrip?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's light. So
Mhm.
unless she's dancing lights.
Starlight,
Uh,
actually.
Yes.
Because starlight's a thing.
20-foot radius. That's more than enough.
Yep.
Okay.
More than enough to attract anything in the surrounding area to you.
Is the grappling hook still there?
There's a grappling
hanging
hook
off the.
on one side, yes. There's also, now that you've got light, there's a rope hanging on the other side. A rope ladder.
The grappling hook would have been collected.
Can I take the grappling hook? And I do have a carving knife.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna take that with me too. And I'm going to climb back down the grappling hook onto the boat with the 2 fishermen,
Okay, yep.
so that I'm not diving off anymore. And I want to talk to them. I want to be like, all right, guys, I tried to get some fish. Couldn't find fish. Please help me get fish.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see here.
Oh, no, that was to the fishermen.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We've got nets.
Oh, you said you came down.
Yeah, great. Let's do it. I've got a grappling hook here. We can grappling hook with the nets or however we need.
They start rowing off. They're using you as light.
Great.
And they say it may take a little bit, but we'll get something. We just want to be away from the ship itself, because there's a lot of bodies that went over.
Did you at least bring my water skin back to give him water?
It's still with me because I got scared by a shark.
Yep.
And by shark I mean something.
I will point out that this is the first time I've ever seen Kraken in the monster list of a campaign.
Huh.
And not just Kraken, but apparently there's a baby Kraken. That's a thing. Also in the monster list for this campaign.
Oh, lovely.
So we'll go off and we'll go get some fish. Is there a way I can make sure it's a lot of fish?
Essentially, it'll be a survival, but it'll be a survival with bonuses with advantage because they're helping.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that wasn't great, but it's a 15.
Yeah, and roll again because there's 2 of them. So there's enough nets for both of them to actively do fishing. So 2 15s.
15 and 16.
So you come back with some fish. It's not a huge amount. They're not massive dredge line nets, but they can pick up a couple.
All right, and then I fill the water skin, and then I want to weave the grappling hook in there so that once I get back up on the ship, I can pull up the fish.
Yep.
So
you also notice as you went over the side and you had your light on up top, that there was actually a rope ladder on the other side of the ship that was going to
great. I'm directing them to that.
Yeah. So on the shore side, they had a rope ladder ready for people because you were supposed to be their friends coming aboard. But you've all jumped over the other side, which didn't have anything, and then struggled.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
So I get back on board and I'm hauling these fish back up, and I also hand off the water skin to Edric, and I'm like, "Don't drink that. That's for him."
Pass it off.
So while this is going on, everyone else is, Hunter is trying to, I'm sure, encourage everybody else to get the weapons up onto the deck. Yeah.
I focus on short swords.
It doesn't take a huge amount because there's only 1 flight of stairs, but there's quite a few weapons and shields. Do you do anything with the barrels as well? Well, because you haven't really inspected, you just checked one to find it was brandy. You haven't really inspected
the barrels?
them. Yeah. You haven't inspected the hole.
I found weapons. Right now that's my focus. I think I'm pretty happy.
Mm-hmm.
Except when I go up top and I see that Ander left his armor behind, I'm going to take that down with me and hide it. and then that's about it.
Okay.
Wait, you're taking my stuff?
No.
Okay.
It's only your stuff when it's on your person, apparently.
Uh-huh.
It'll be funny.
So after Ander gets the fish up and passes it off, I'm just looking around like, wait, hold on. Wait, what happened? Explosia? Where'd everything go?
Where did what go?
My stuff.
Hmm.
You know, wooden armor. I got staff. It's usually seen whapping people.
Explosia stops. Thinks briefly to the conversation she had with Hunter on the sly about potentially doing something, maybe. And she's like, smile. She's like, gives you like a.
I couldn't really know. I really wouldn't know. Perhaps one of the perhaps some sort of imp stole it. A demon.
So Hunter.
I can't imagine Hunter would steal things.
That's what he does all day.
Wait 1 second. I need to roll something. And I'm just going to do this. Good. Actually, a 17. Wow. I gave myself disadvantage on that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I couldn't really imagine that Hunter would steal something like that.
At this point, you hear the parrot from downstairs start screaming and barking and yelling, and you hear a clatter, as if the parrot's cage has hit the ground.
I am looking for my stuff, so I'm just gonna have to go look.
Yep.
Now come down and take a look at the parrot's cage.
I am going to.
Yeah, you enter the boatswain's room to hear the parrot just really scared and ferocious and yelling and like squawking, but also yelling human words and sentences which make no sense at all. And you see Bims trying to drag the cage away. He's got a prize.
I'm
the
going to
parrot's
let
not
the
a-
bird out.
If you go towards the cage, Bim's just
We let the bird out already, didn't we?
We put it back in.
Oh, okay.
if you go towards the cage, Bim's just he steps in front of the cage and snarls. And
Bims,
you hear my dinner, mine.
All right, but don't you want to chase it?
My
At least give it a fighting chance.
cage food, easy food.
Oh, fair enough.
And
Like,
it raises its tail
I-
and starts going through, like behind. He's looking at you, but the tail's just following the bird as it's flying around the cage from behind it.
I'm just saying, if you were a real, true hunter in nature, you would give it a fighting chance. But it's all right. We know you take the easy way out.
Yes, dragon takes easy way. You give us stuff, we don't kill you. We take easy way.
I mean,
Can't argue with that logic.
I can't. But what if I don't want you to kill it?
Its tail stops, turns around, and starts doing the same motions in your direction. And again, it's standing between you and the cage, specifically in front of the door itself.
But what if I gave you something instead of killing?
You have parrot.
Well, no, I don't have a parrot, but I could give you something else.
2 parrots?
I mean, I have gold. If you would like gold,
Gold doesn't give you food.
it does. When you go into town, you can buy food with gold.
No, sleep on gold. You don't give away gold, you sleep on gold. Gold is hoard. Food, hoard, different things.
Just
Uh,
don't.
explo-
ki- just don't
Explosive
kill
will
the
sidle
parrot.
over to Ander.
Hey, Andrew, can I borrow something really quickly from you?
I don't have my stuff.
No, but you do have this.
Explosive will grab one of the fish. Or she goes to grab one of the fish. Do you stop her?
No,
Okay.
I grabbed a good amount.
Okay. She'll grab it and say,
We'll call this my share. Dear dragon, would you be willing to trade the parrot for this fish?
Fish is lizardman food. This is my food. I'm sick of fish. I want feathers.
Fair enough. Sorry, Ander, can't argue with that. I mean, if he,
as someone who has a very uptight diet, she can understand the, oh no, I've already had that this week.
But you can imagine that it's only been eating fish because of the lizard.
Yes.
And it wants something very different.
From this room, I just want to be like, hey, Hunter, your dragon.
What am I dragging?
No, your dragon, Bims.
Oh, mm-hmm.
He's trying to eat the parrot. Can you take care of him?
Does he need help killing the parrot?
No. We just don't want him to eat the parrot.
We don't?
No, did you tell him he could have the parrot?
No, but why can't he have the parrot?
I mean, I guess it's circle of life and whatnot. So, all right, Bims, this is your one and only parrot.
GM, can I roll a 1d20 for if Explosive has candy on her person?
I'm going to say no because Explosion would eat it.
I mean, that's why she would have candy on her person, though.
But you would have it eaten already.
It is late at night.
Yeah. If it was in the morning, maybe. And if you're in town, maybe. But it's
Fair.
late as it. I would say it wouldn't
I've
last
also
all
been
day.
in the water, so any candy I would have would probably be sticky in my pocket.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter,
Hmm?
my stuff.
Yes?
Do you know where it is?
Yeah, you have it. He just points to the corner where there's like, it's just laying on the floor in a way. But I minor illusioned it so that it's like you're laying on the floor wearing it. Let's look at you.
So there's a minor illusion of Hunter on the floor in
No,
armor.
Ander.
So Ander on the floor in armor.
Yeah, Ander wearing it. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you said it was in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Like this corner?
No, the other corner. Inside where the weapon... I'm just gonna grab more weapons and start hauling them upstairs.
All right. I want to come try and grab my armor.
Hey, GM, can I
Yes.
put my unseen servant in that armor real quick?
Yep.
Oh, I quickly sidle up to Hunter as Andrew's going for it.
Is that the real armor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, unseen servant into armor, and I wanted to jump at Hunter as soon as he goes to grab it.
You mean
I mean,
Ander?
jump at Ander as soon as
Ander.
he goes to grab it. Yeah.
As it jumps at you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm frightened out of my on my mind. I am. Guys, this isn't fun.
Explosia is making sure to have this door open so that the dragon in here can see this.
It seems to be more
Yeah.
preoccupied trying to drag the cage, and then it's given up and it's opening the lock and it's moving its way in.
Guys, this isn't fun. Can we not? I just had to go swimming for fish.
Wait, so you're allowed to kill fish, but the dragon's not allowed to kill the parrot?
That's why I'm allowing it for circle of life purposes. This
Mhm.
one time.
Now the problem is, I mean, this is out of character, but I would think that the parrot is actually evidence.
For
Everybody okay with
explosive,
that?
not for me.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Hunter's just gonna let him eat it. He's gonna watch. Actually, this might be a way to learn about the pseudo dragon.
Well, he moves in, like opens the cage and gets his little tail out and then stabs the dragon. Also stabs the parrot and it just dies. And then he just pulls it out. And starts
That's
dancing.
efficient.
That's essentially what I'm gonna do to the unseen servant. I'm gonna yank it out and put my armor back on.
That's the thing, unseen
Stab it with your
servants
tail.
incorporeal.
What?
Pretty sure they're incorporeal. We can't even touch them.
I'm trying as best as I can.
You can actually feel something there. Like you can try to attack it, but yeah.
So you can get the armor on, but it's going to be very difficult because your armor is like actively working against you. It's moved like you try to put a strap on and your armor moves.
Yep.
You let him wear you. You should let him wear you now. Okay. And he's not wanting to. It's not cooperating. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Not on me.
It's upset. I don't know why.
Will you tell him it's my armor, or like tell him to go do something? Anything?
Hey, look over there. It's porridge.
The armor suddenly stops, causing you trouble.
You've got about 5 seconds before it realizes that was a bluff.
Oh yeah, I'm racingly putting it back on.
Okay.
And you still don't know what that armor does.
Nope.
Okay,
No idea.
cool. When you do find out, yep, you're going to be pissed.
It's fine. It is fine. It's probably gonna take someone pushing me into the water to test it.
Yep. Which is why I asked, are you taking your armor on? Or taking your armor off? Which is sensible, jumping into the water. So, Oceanus is thankful for the food, and like we're going to wrap up the ship. Are you going to be releasing the prisoners, yes or no?
No.
No.
That's 2 votes. What about the other 2?
Oh, no.
Hunter doesn't care.
Oh, wow. Looks like the hangman's noose is going to be used this week. That's what happens. And so the other thing is how are you going to get back to... are you going to try to move the ship? Or are you just going to go back onto the little boat and leave the ship here, taking the people off?
I don't think we can move the ship. It's missing a mast.
Yeah.
The mask is still there. You just
Oh,
know
no,
it's taken a lot of damage and it's not really structurally sound.
Yeah, if we try to use the sails, it's probably gonna crack.
All right. What I would say,
Is this a single mast ship?
I
Are there
want
front or back sails?
I want to ask Edric to fully disable the ship with me by pushing over the mast.
Let's not do that.
Like timbering a tree, it's fine.
They can still
don't think
attack.
it's
They
a
can
good
still
idea.
put the mast back up.
there's a highly likelihood by destroying the mast, it has to come down, and it's usually of a very solid wood, and there's a high likelihood that it will damage the rest of the ship as it falls, no matter which direction it falls.
Yeah,
But-
we don't do that.
But then the ship isn't usable.
We want the ship. We have to capture the ship.
He asked us not to wreck the ship.
Yeah.
Well, that already happened.
I mean, we disabled the ship. We crippled it. It can still be repaired.
Technically, we can omit that part. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, really, we could bring the anchor up and try to steer it with no wind.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still move. It'll just move very
Random.
slowly.
And any random direction that it wants to move.
Well, I mean, you can still steer
Yeah,
it,
you still got a rudder.
Yeah.
but it's just, again, it'd be just super slow.
What about now? I know Hunter has a lot of weapons. Would we
No,
want
I
to
don't.
take? Would we want some of us to ride with the fishermen and some of us to row the weapons with Hunter and the lifeboat?
I'll say, how many? We have what? 2 lifeboats?
One. Oh no, one lifeboat, I think, right?
One
Yeah.
But there was
lifeboat,
also one on the deck of the
There was
ship.
also another one on the deck.
Yeah. So it's one lifeboat on the deck of the ship, and you've got a small
helps
little boat, like small
How
little
many fit in
sailing
that?
boat.
The one that was on the deck.
6 people max, and your other
And
your other
one was
boat maybe 8. Yeah.
So Explosive wouldn't suggest this or in character, but out of character, what you can do is you can get the lifeboat. You can put in the a couple of weapons into the lifeboat, and a couple other goodies that you want to keep, and then get Oceanus in there afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Then row him back to shore early, under the claim that, oh, we were worried about his health, so we wanted to get him back to the city as soon as possible. So and all that. And then and make sure that he doesn't know about the weapons either, because he's probably gonna be questioned.
Well, he's seen the weapons.
He's seen the weapons.
Yeah, he's seen he's seen that there are weapons, and we have to leave a fair number of weapons here as evidence. But I mean, doesn't mean we can't smuggle a couple of short swords out, maybe a few shields, a mace or two.
Or
He's gonna
3.
take all the short swords.
I wouldn't take all the short swords because he saw some of them still. And
It's okay. I'll take the heat.
okay,
Yeah.
if you get caught,
I mean, they did say what we find we can keep.
did they?
No, but
thought
that's
you
what we'll
said
say
that-
that they said.
They wanted the ship. Any treasures or anything like that we found on the ship, we could keep.
Yeah, GM, did they say that? I can't remember.
There's a difference
That's what I
between
was told last
treasures
session.
and there's a difference between treasures on the ship and smuggled goods, as in evidence.
Oh, we're kids. We don't know that. We don't know the difference.
I mean, there's really
Four
not a
don't.
difference. It's either it's all their possessions, anyways.
4 of you don't know that, and one of those 4 is here. But then again, so we'll take a break and we'll deal with that and how you're going to get back. We don't have to go into too much detail about how we're going to get back, but just like the ideas. But we'll take a break now. I didn't expect this to take as long as it did, but then again, that's this campaign. A lot of heavy role playing. A lot of heavy role playing. This is this section is a 1 session thing. This is our 3rd session here. We're still not off the ship. But I'm not complaining. It's a very heavy role playing. It's great. So we're going to take a break here. Thanks everyone for coming in. We're going to stick around, please. If you haven't followed, follow. Check out our Discord. We've even got a merch store, and don't forget you can also check out our YouTube as well, but not tonight because we're doing a live show. Check that out later. That way you can catch up all the previous episodes of not just this show, but the Goblin Lords, and even if you've got a few days or weeks to kill, all 40 episodes that are still going on for the Rusty Daggers show. But stick around now because we're going to be back shortly. So we'll change our music to our parody song. And of course I just did that totally wrong. Yep, let's do that again. High Seas Battle, there's our pirate song. So we'll be back shortly, stick around and yeah, back soon. Bye! Hi, welcome back to the show. My name is Karsh the Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and I've just realised that my camera is frozen, which seems to happen on the break again, because we can't see it when it's off break. But here we go. So, hi, welcome back. Everyone's here again, except for Nier with Asteria, and so we've had a few things. We spent the first half of the show dealing with the cleanup operations on the boat and the bits and pieces, and just one last part of note before, like one thing that we don't need to investigate or go into, but the barrels in the ship's hold, like something of note of that is that the barrels, there's something wrong with them. The barrels have the crown seal, so it has the royal seal on all the barrels. There are 40 casks of brandy, which you found out, but the other casks were actually fine wine, which wasn't noted. Also in the hold there was a crate of high quality mining tools, which is also, why would they have mining tools? Something to find out later, maybe. So 50 bolts of silk, 40 casks of brandy, 40 casks of fine wine, and a large crate of high quality mining tools were also in the ship's hold. So are you going to be stealing some of the weapons and getting it back to the shore, or what's going to happen there? Like, are you taking some of the stuff? Are you leaving the stuff? We don't need to do in the details on how you're getting to the shore or not. You're either doing it or not.
I will ride in the fisherman ship.
Yeah, I'll take as many weapons as I can, but leave a substantial amount still behind for evidence. So it's like, oh yeah, there were smuggling weapons. Here they are. Most of them. Some of them.
Well, how many are we taking? Like, a figure.
I definitely don't want to take as many short swords as I can. If there's still room or carrying capacity after that, then shields. I'm going by like what Hunter knows is the price point. Like he would know if short swords are good sellers, then shields, and then the other two are basically like whatever.
Yeah. Well, they're not. None of them are high quality, so nothing there is going to be of value. And
yeah,
no
but
two
just
look the same.
Yeah, just for a metal sake kind of thing. Oh, these are short swords. You can still resell them for this much. Blah blah blah.
Okay. So still need a figure. There's 10 morning stars, 10 spears, 10 short swords, 30 shields, 20 javelins, and then there's the one emblazoned shield. So how much are you stealing? Well, not reporting, I should say.
I have the fancy shield.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fancy shield.
3 short swords, 3 morning stars, maybe?
How many?
5 shields. 3 short swords, 3 morning stars, 5 shields.
10 short swords.
There's 10 in total.
3
so
morning
you're taking
stars.
more. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking all the short swords.
Okay.
And then, how many shields and how many morning stars you said? So that sounds fine to me.
I think it's
3 shields. Yeah, 3 shields, 4 morning stars. Let's leave even numbers to make it seem like it's deliberate.
Okay. Put it down in chat so I can put it down in your treasury.
Okay.
So at least there's a record of what you're taking and what's left behind. You get... Are you taking the prisoners with you? As in, you're taking prisoners back to shore as well, or leaving them on the ship?
I thought we were leaving them on the ship and then we were taking Oceania.
Well, someone would have to stay here with them.
Explosive will stay here.
I'm not looking for the mechanics. I'm just looking for what are you taking back to shore? Are you leaving them on ship, which can't move anywhere, or are you
I'll
taking them to the
stay.
shore?
I'll stay with them.
I wanted you to come with me because we were going to take Oceanus.
Oh,
We were going to try to get him in for questioning if you're kind of like the lawful leader of our group.
I
she'd want to stay with the prisoners too until they get picked up.
Okay.
Then
Because
we'll just
they're going to
take 'em
question them
back.
all together, probably.
Yeah, then we'll just take them all back. It's fine.
Then are we just gonna go back, take whatever we want back with us, then go get them and tell them, hey, we've secured the ship,
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
and then come back
Yeah.
with them or whatever?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's what
Alright,
that's
that's
all I
probably
was
the best
looking
way to do
for.
Yeah,
So-
sounds good.
So it takes about an hour for the Navy. I say Navy but it's just like another boat is sailed out with some extra guard from Saltmarsh itself, and the rest of the prisoners are picked up, and the guards start going through the ship in detail, and they start offloading, and you think it's going to take most of the night to try to either offload or to try to get this ship somehow towed into port, because it's big and it's not quite damaged.
Explosive provides a report, general information about what's happened and dangers in the ship, the rock crabs.
Okay, so you pretty much say, do not go into the bilge water. It's dangerous. There's something in there that eats people.
Bingo. Need specialists.
Yep. So they I don't understand your warning, but they take your warning on board, and you think that they're totally not going to go near it. Even though you know that there's bodies there, they're not going to even go near them. Those bodies are going to be eaten away. And the circle of
Okay.
life continues, where the rock grubs lay their eggs and create more rock grubs for the next.
You're
victims.
welcome, Ender.
I don't think the breeding program of rock grubs is the way that you really wanted the circle of life, though.
Yeah. No, but it's fine.
Since when do we get to choose that circle?
That that's a fair point. Rock grubs need to live.
And ship's parrots don't. We've already gone through
Well,
that part.
yeah.
Totally don't need to leave. So again, you're essentially asked not to, like to come back into the guardhouse in the morning, or preferably before tomorrow night, when you can, because it is quite late. And Ander himself looks very tired, just holding himself up on things, and it's very late by the time you get settled back into your house.
Explosive will offer one thing. She'll go over to the one of the prisoners that she helped out of the water, and she will communicate to that prisoner essentially, if you're willing to work with me, I can try to get you a lower sentence.
Problem is, that's the one that Ander beat up badly.
No, not.
Sorry, no.
Nope.
No, sorry. That Edric
Edric.
beat up badly. And
Okay. Oh, Explosive actually noticed his wounds and look at him like, oh my, you've been severely injured.
yeah,
In my
And-
defense, usually that doesn't hit.
Fair. That usually doesn't.
in your
You
prosecution,
aim to miss.
the prisoner was tied.
I also could have time to heal all of them up too, while we're waiting.
In your prosecution, the prisoner was tied up, bound, and willing to work with you, but you caved
Unwilling.
his head in. Well,
He was unwilling to work with us. He was only willing to work with us if we set him free, and I'm sticking to it.
and
It
you
was
dropped
our
him to
way of
one
getting the
health.
information that we needed because we thought that there was a life at stake that needed saving.
Wow, that's a good thing
Oh,
you need to use in your defense when it does come time for a trial.
She is going to mutter an incantation.
Lift the ink that has been penned, this gritty tale's no good. Take instead a faultless fable, scribe perfection where flaw once stood.
And she'll touch him and cast her spell on him. He gets back 8 hit points.
Wow. From 1, he's now actually decent.
As she uses touch up.
So What? So only 2 are decent, and 2 are pretty bad, as in 2 and 3.
She will communicate, work with us, provide a solid explanation, and I'll do my best to make sure that you get a reasonable judgment. Could I try to persuasion check for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
the one who saved his life when he was drowning.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a disadvantage for some reason. But that's a 21.
So seeing the healing stuff, is that for the prisoners? Or is that for each other?
I mean, I would love some healing.
Capri, you're muted.
You muted it.
That was for the prisoners. I was saying, we haven't, unless we've taken a short rest by now, I can't heal anybody in our party. So
Oh yeah, no, I
we have not
passed
stated
out.
that we have taken a rest because we have been busy doing things the whole time. So I can't heal anybody.
For the well over an hour post-battle,
Yeah.
you've been searching and going through the ship instead of resting.
Yeah.
Persuasion of 13.
It's 21.
Is it 21?
Yeah, he shouldn't have been. He
Yeah,
shouldn't have been.
I had disadvantage thing on.
Okay. So persuasion of 21. You think he's going to agree to it, but you think his friends are not going to allow that. Because they were all trying for that. They're all trying for that deal. So you think his friends may screw him over.
Okay.
Did you offer
Well-
the deal to everybody?
She'll try to pull him aside to offer him that deal specifically.
I'd say because if you didn't ask him right in front of everyone else, they wouldn't
Yeah.
know that
Oh,
deal.
I suppose he has more sense, a little more sense than to go, okay, if you sell out your friends.
With them standing behind or tied up to the
Exactly.
same post.
But yeah, she'll go over to the others and extend a similar offer of, hey, please work with the guards. I'm going to do my best, see what we can do, but I wouldn't like to see you guys hanged.
They shudder at the hanged. They really are scared shitless of being hanged. So you think that they're totally going to cooperate, and they'll want to cooperate before because they don't want to be hanged by the guard. They want to be like,
The more you can help us, the more I can help you.
So again, the night you settle back down into your haunted house, back to where you normally are, and unless you're doing something else, I've got a couple of things to do. So,
Oh no. Is Hunter waking up in the island?
am I going to pick on you? Yes.
You hear the ocean
Yes.
in your head, and then you wake up on a cliff.
And instead of Hunter, it's Edric. What?
Nani?
So I'm trying to find the sound that I wanted. Damn, it's not going to be here. Bugger. Damn. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Veil. So, it's not Hunter that's finds him. Hunter is not finding himself on the island. Instead, Edric. Ender.
Oh, hi.
Yes, you in your dreams that night. You're dreaming of a dark forest, a thick and dark forest, and a shadow in the forest emerges from the trees and comes down to you, and you though it's formless, you feel its presence, you feel that it's you feel its energy, it's loving and positive energy, and it comes to you and says, Young child, I see that you've embraced the beast for the first time. It is a powerful resource and a powerful technique, but remember that you need to separate yourself from the beast. It is just a form you put around yourself. You are in control. The beast is not in control.
But it felt so real.
That is if the beast is in control. You are the one in control. You need to manage what is going on. If you don't, you may go down a darker path.
All right.
And,
I'll
and
do the best I can.
as she says, a darker path, you feel a rain starting to fall in the glade that you're in, but the rain is not rain. It is red blood that is starting to fall around you and starting to taint the leaves. As you need.
Understood. I get it. I'll try and control myself, but it was just, with the lizard men and my past, they deserved it. They needed to die.
I understand the need to kill, but sometimes don't blame another form for that need. If you're going to kill something as you, and it just snaps out. And you wake up feeling wet, feeling as if you've been sweating in the dream. And you smell that it wasn't water and sweat on you, but you're again covered in blood.
Oh, hi. And this is inside the house?
This is inside
Or-
the house, your bed as well, your room. It's as if it's been raining blood inside your room.
Huh, fun. Okay. First thing is I am going to go wake up Explosia because I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm knocking on your door. I'm like, hey, Explosia, I know it's before your normal beauty sleep wake up time, but
Is it Explosia that answers the door, GM?
Or the house servant. Are you sleeping in the house, or are you sleeping in town?
I mean, she'd probably be sleeping in town again.
oh,
Because the house is.
am I the only one?
The house
Am I
is
the only
just
one
there.
at the house?
Yeah, I think so.
I alternate.
Well, I'm
even more
by
freaky.
myself. Huh.
No, with as late as we would have gotten back, I would have ended up staying there too.
Yeah.
All right, so I will then,
Or anything that late.
I would then knock on Edric's room. Well, I'd knock on Explosia's. She's not there. Then knock on Edric's room and be like, Edric?
It's too
Yeah.
early. Go away.
We got a problem. Edric?
I answer the door with my shield and mace in hand.
And you see me
Totally
covered
normal.
in blood.
Totally
Oh.
normal.
Oh.
Now, does he see him in blood and I see him normal?
You see him normal. He still thinks he's covered in blood.
What?
I'm covered in blood, and my room is covered in blood. This is this is not right.
You might have hit your head or something, because you look perfectly normal to me.
I know you saw me covered in blood on the ship, and it may seem normal, but like, no, it's not normal. I'm like,
I'll grab his arm and try to show it to him, and say, "There's no blood on your arm. I don't see any blood."
Are you guys like, are you joking with them like they were with me with my stuff? Like, I'm covered in blood.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
All right. Well, do you know where Explosia is? Also, do you know where a change of clothes is? Like, I need to get changed and then find Explosia so that she can help me clean this.
I'm pretty sure she stayed in town last night.
All right. All right. And I'm going to go off to where, like, you know, and change into some other garments that are not visibly covered in blood to me.
Yep. So you go back to your room and everything's fine. As you cross the threshold, it all disappears and you don't see any blood, you don't see anything at all. Well, you see normal looks.
Right. This was just covered in... Edric, I know you didn't go to sleep that quickly.
I guess I will go back and try to find him, but not with my mace or my shield.
So I woke up. I was covered in blood. The entire room was covered in blood.
Okay.
And now I went and talked to you, and I came back, and there's no blood.
There's not even a trace of blood.
Yeah, no, it like... I had a dream. It was more than a dream. I was talking to, you know, a spirit that came out of the forest, and they were talking to me about, you know, me taking on beast form for the first few times, and actually, like, you know, taking it on, and then they were telling me to, you know, don't blame the animal for killing. And then, like, it was raining blood, but then I woke up and there's blood everywhere. And it was all on me, and now there's nothing.
Sounds to me like this god that you've been following doesn't like how you handled things. And they're trying to give you a vision of sorts, I guess.
Right, but, like, how would it just disappear? It was here this morning.
I mean, if it was made and created by your god, I mean, they can pretty much do whatever they want.
I mean, that's... Yeah. Just weird me out this morning. I don't know. I think I'm going to go sleep it off for another hour. All right. Sorry to bother you.
No worries.
I just, yeah. It could have been bigger. And then I go and I'm just like trying to go back to sleep.
Are you successful at that, or are you just going to say, no, I failed?
Oh no, I failed at that. Like it is like he may get like 2 minutes, but then he gets flashes in his mind again, then wakes back up. And then like
sleep and sound and just knocked back out. Though he
No
definitely
problem.
thinks that that was really freaking weird.
No problem. And there's another dream sequence. This is a bit different. Hunter, yes, I am going to mess with you, but not in how you think. In your dreams, what is Hunter dreaming of? So, what would Hunter be dreaming of tonight?
First, he was sneaking around, finding a big treasure trove. But then it turns out that when he looks at the giant treasure troves, he notices the treasure is giant. Like the gold coins are giant, the shiny stuff is giant. Then he sees a giant pseudo dragon just looking at him, pointing the thing at him, like about to stab him. Like, okay, I won't touch your treasure. And he internalizes that dream.
Okay. So, as that dream's going on, and it pauses for a moment, and just like as you're communicating, like, "Hey, are you backing away? I'm not going to touch your treasure." Okay, and then everything just pauses, and just freezes, and a beautiful lady enters from somewhere you don't know, and says, "I need to speak to you. Please come to the island. I have a gift, and I'm weak at the moment. I did something which has drained my powers for the night, but please come to the island. I have a gift when you can." And then,
Will you explain things once we talk?
I'll explain what I can. But believe me, your friend has had a bad night tonight. And you see a smirk on her face as she disappears.
Man, if she wasn't a ghost.
What, you'd kill her, or?
Oh, no. He's at that age.
You're only saying this because Near's not here with exposure. Okay. Any other, like, nothing else really happens that night. In, like, what time are you getting up to, like, getting up and about and, like, getting ready? What's the plans for the day? So, Edric, what's your plans for the day?
What time would we have gotten back?
Oh, about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's really
Okay.
late.
Definitely would have gotten a full night of rest. Probably would have overslept, to be honest. But I would have tried not to. So I'd say I'd probably get up around noon, and I'd have to go back, well, after getting, woken up. And then I would probably head back to the temple for duties and probably be in trouble for being late.
Which is exactly
At least for the first part of the day, yeah.
Yep.
Until we all decided to meet up later.
Yep. So in the temple, the other acolytes, novitiates. Thank you. They see you coming, and you can see that they can see you coming, and then you can see they distract the priest, so they can try to hide your, like, re-entrance to, "Oh no, you've been here all the time" type situation. But it doesn't succeed, and although they try to help, it's like, no, it's you're busted and you're in trouble for, again, being late to services and being late for your duties in the morning. And what excuses do you have this time?
So Edric at this point too has really had a lot going on, I guess, spiritually and in his mind, and how he feels about the temple and as a whole, at least for Procan. And he's really been pulling away from it the more that they've been going out and doing these adventures and things like that, and he's been feeling less and less like that's where he belongs. So he kind of tells him that he was recruited as part of a group that was sent out to essentially take the ship. He basically just tells him what they were hired to do, and that the adventuring group needed someone to protect them essentially and make sure that no one dies or anything like that. And I felt that my place in the temple, that's what I was trained to do aboard ships anyway. So even though the temple was not brought in and I wasn't sent through the temple, I felt that it was my duty to essentially tag along in that adventure as well.
The cleric or the priest, Welliger, priest Brian Handed, the one-legged priest, says, "Well, did you bring the bodies back of the fallen sailors? Did you bring them back to land for proper burial, as Procan instructs?"
I personally did not bring them back. I know they were trying to bring the ship back last night so that the bodies could be removed from the ship.
And no, there was none left to the sea?
There were some that had gone overboard that were unrecovered, and we couldn't have found them.
So you have failed Procan by leaving the souls of the souls of her followers to the sea.
It would appear so.
And you have failed in your duties as a priest.
And
Have
Edric
you
just hangs his head.
have you felt the blessing of Procan and empowered in your efforts recently? Has Procan been guiding your efforts and empowering you to do great things? Have you received his blessing?
He helped me with protecting those that I went with in the party. And we stopped, multiple people from dying.
Well, then you're truly blessed, but you need to understand that it is Procan's desire to not leave the souls of the living or souls of his followers to the sea itself. We need to recover those lost in shipwrecks and lost at sea to give them a proper burial in our cemetery. So
Understood.
I think you might need to do better next time. And he's not furious, but he's part of the council. So you know that he knows that what you did last night, like as in he would have been briefed. But
Right.
He's still not happy with the fact that people were left to the sea. Because most of your duties is helping him track down shipwrecks, track down things like that, and to recover bodies from the sea.
And Edric, he understands that that's what he was supposed to do, and there's definitely some guilty feeling to it, but there's also a little bit of anger that he keeps very hidden, as he has for quite a while, due to certain things that have happened in his own past. that you guys might get to hear about soon. And I guess he would ask, if that was all, he would get back to his chores
And yes,
probably be very quiet that day.
the
It's a lot to think about.
the others do ask though, because they had no idea why, and so they're prying and prying and prying about what happened, why you're late.
He'd tell a little bit, not enough to. He wouldn't try to gloat or make it seem like he got to go do this really cool thing. But definitely, I mean, he wouldn't just like, blow him off or anything. But it's not something he wants to talk about. So he probably would have told him once or twice, and then not talked about it.
Yeah. So they try more and more, and then they start. When they get the understanding that you're not going to talk about it, so they start talking about them among themselves, and they get in trouble a couple of times throughout the day, because they're not supposed to be talking about it, because, well, it's council business.
Right.
So they get in trouble as well. That's what happens. Zero, you're not waking up on the island, so yay.
Yay.
Fox, you don't wake up in the room covered in blood. Yay.
Yeah.
And Typo, you don't get dream sequences. I can't screw with your mind. Damn. It's like, damn.
I mean, it's already. I've already have enough trauma. Thank you very much.
I know. What are the plans for the day for Explosia?
Explosia will go off and she'll spend some time listening, like going to the interrogations of the people, and she will try her best to suggest that perhaps we shouldn't just hang these people if they are willing to cooperate. She would likely try to work her way into hey, can I try to do some of the interrogation? I mean, it would be a good skill for me to learn, don't you think? Would they allow her?
Oh boy. They do. They only grudgingly let you stand in a couple of times, but they don't let you interview the people
that's
because they
understandable.
are under the rest, under the Crown's law. And while technically a lady or a lord, and in theory a lady could do things, but they try to explain that, look, let us deal with it. We've got experience. We don't want to.
Botch it.
Well, it's not botch it, but they try to explain in a way we don't want to taint a young lady's mind, a young lady's innocence by giving you the skills of. One of them does say torture, and then he's quickly nudged and shut up. So, yeah.
If they're willing to cooperate, do we need to go to torture then?
You see, without having to do an insight or anything, you see that it's not really a question they ever ask. It seems to be just this is what we're going to do. Anyway,
her brows suddenly knit, and she gets the look they've seen once or twice before, the imperious look, the I'm going to do this my way sort of look. And she goes off and says,
okay, we're going to first, before we try the torture, we're going to try to ask.
But if you hurt them first, then they answer better.
You can, if it's necessary, if hurting them is necessary, then you can do it afterwards if they don't provide enough information.
In our experience, I mean, you're talking to veterans here. You are talking to not young guard, but people that have been in wars, people that have had experience, whatnot. These are the guys that have retired, like soldiers that have retired to Saltmarsh from all over the place, and now they're guard. working for the crown. It's like, in our experience, it works much better the way we do things.
In my experience, they just saw a wolf eat a man alive. I think they've sufficiently been scared.
Have you ever crawled through enemy lines at the dead of night, brandishing only a dagger and killing 17 young men and women to protect your friends, to protect your brothers in arms, and the mood just goes dark. One of the guys just goes into this war story of just pure dark terror about slaughtering women and children, mostly as an intimidation and as a look, we've seen worse type situation. Like in his face just goes.
First, when he says, "Have you ever fought against all these men and with nothing but like a stick to arm yourself?" And she's like holds up the wooden sword. Yes.
But then it goes and it keeps on going and keeps on going, and it's like, yeah, like talking about holding a man's like life in your hands and things like that, and holding the blood of your brothers in arms, and it goes dark.
Okay, fine. Let's make it fine then. 1. You let me do 1. I choose.
And she walks off to go choose her prisoner.
And you're going to the one that you made the deal with?
Yep.
So you get pretty much the same information out of that one that the others are going to get from theirs, except for the one that you're talking to is not going to get tortured.
Okay. She will offer all this information to them, and when they fail to come back with any further information, she looks at them, arms crossed, still the imperious noble.
They look happy with themselves anyway. They've got the same information, and they had fun doing it. So,
well, it would seem my method was successful as well.
And so is ours. So you can't say our method is not bad.
Raises hand.
Fair, but you cannot say that mine is bad either.
Yes, but we're paid to do this, so let us do our job, please.
I'm Bowen to do this.
There's a pause. And the other one is about to speak and then stops. And he's about to, like, you see his face go of anger, and then he's about to, as in, really tell you off, but then just stops. And then it's like...
Expostia notices and goes,
I am sorry, you guys are trying to do your best job. And I'm coming in here and telling you what to do, and I'm being bad. But I apologize.
Now, can you please just let us do our job? We've got some other investigations to do.
Very well. I will be submitting my report.
And she will submit her report and put down the note that, like, hey, this guy cooperated completely without needing torture, blah, 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 blah. Hey, I suggest that you transfer him, say, to a different county or something, maybe, to be jailed for a long period of time rather than executed.
Mm-hmm. You do know that the town here doesn't really have long time jailing. It's more small time things.
That's why I said take him to another town.
Mm-hmm. So he may be transferred to another town.
Yeah, she'll make sure that Asteria makes sure that her what is it, the captain gets it properly and not these chuckleheads.
Doesn't get lost in the mail.
Exactly.
What's Zero up to for the day?
First he's gonna roll some hit die.
Oh yes, you do get healed over the night. You roll his dice. That's not a good one.
That's terrible. Yeah. That's better. So, right. He wakes up. He's gonna think about it, and he's like, "Well, I think I know what to do. 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 All right, so now I have to find the way into the island and then off again. And he's just gonna swim it. He's been doing it the whole time, so he's just gonna basically take the same path, just backwards now.
There's a rowboat. Well, you're not actually at the house, you're in the town. I was going to say there's a rowboat at the house, but you don't have that because you're not there. Okay, so you swim it. You know the easy way up and down now. And you get wet. No one notices you. And when you get to the clearing, to the two standing stones, you see a body, not tied to it, but just leaning against it. The body of a maybe 20-odd, early 30s woman. Her head is caved in. She looks like she's been floating in the water for a few days. And it's just pretty much laying on the stones, like on one of the stones.
Does she have a face, or is it more like the face has been bashed in, or is it more of a head wound?
It's like it's like you jumped off a cliff and hit the rocks down below, head first.
Okay.
That type of head wound. As
Okay.
in crushing. Like when a quarterstaff hits someone's head, and the head hits the oven, and the head hits the floor. Something like that. But
Okay, so
from 100
Andrew
feet
did
up.
this. I'll definitely I'll be shocked, because I was definitely not expecting this. But I'll try to look at the face, see if it's someone that I might recognize.
Do a perception.
Mm. 17.
Okay. The face is hard to pick, but it's more of the outfit that the person's wearing. Although fairly nondescript clothes, you've seen this outfit before. The person that was that helped you from the house. There was the prisoner in the house.
Oh. So that lady.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you hear, you don't see, but you hear a familiar voice saying, I found this gift for you. She was thrown off the lover's leap.
This is a gift?
I believe you know this woman, yes?
I think so, yeah.
The wound was done beforehand. She hit the water clean. She should have been given back to the land, but she was dead before she hit the water. I believe someone is cleaning up after themselves.
So you didn't do this? Someone...
No,
you
I
just
did
found the
something
body.
else last night.
Okay. Now I'm gonna rifle through her pockets. I'm gonna see if she has anything on her that maybe she shouldn't have, or anything out of place.
As you approach
Any
to go
clues?
through the pockets, you can see that they're already turned out. That someone's already searched the body before throwing it.
Okay, so yeah, they're doing proper job.
Yeah. You had questions?
Well, no, he's kind of staring at the lady for a moment, then he looks back like, right. You keep bringing me to this island. I'm still not sure why. I'm also not sure why I'm getting this new abilities, this new magic.
Bringing you here takes most of my strength. Showing myself to you takes the rest of it. Bringing this creature here took a lot of strength in itself, as well as what I did last night. The closer you are, the easier it is for me to do these things, but it takes a lot of power. I'm trying to give you some of that power to protect yourself and to do things for your friends, or to your friends, should you will it.
You know, you can just ask me to come. It's fine. I don't mind swimming anymore, I guess. Thanks to you.
You feel more than, because you can't see this apparition, but you feel more of a laughter in your head. There's like, but I enjoy doing it the other way. It's less fun if you're enjoying the swimming.
And it's like, okay, we can get along. We can definitely get along. Yeah, I would agree.
I was able to watch what happened last night, and afterwards I couldn't penetrate your friend's dreams, but I could have some fun with it, with the aftermath.
What
There's
fun?
There's another force in play. Don't trust it.
Okay. Do you know which of my friends?
The one that stayed in the house, yes. Both of them have other forces at play, but one of them is older than I, more powerful than I. Not quite living, though.
Okay. I'll try to find out more.
Not quite
It's
living.
concerning.
Fermenticide.
So, what did you do last night? If you don't mind me asking.
I watched the ship. I watched your friend create a blood mist of one of those bodies, one of those, the lizard men from the marsh. And so
Yes.
when he woke up, I created a mist in his room.
That's good. That's good. I'll have to use that too.
It's why I couldn't summon you.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that I can
As you
that
grow
I
in
can
power,
do?
as you grow in power, I will grow in my abilities as well. And although I do ask for you to, there's a shrine in town which some people don't think it belongs to them. Or I should say that the dwarves thinks the shrine belongs to them, not the humans that own the building. I think it would be funny to take it to the dwarves without alerting the dwarves, and just see what happens.
Sounds good. I can take care of that.
And I've shown to you what the shrine looks like. I think you understand.
Yeah, sounds doable. I might enjoy this maybe more than I'd like to. Who am I kidding? Of course, I'm gonna enjoy this a lot.
Is there anything else you would like?
No, but I mean, I guess feel free to drag me back whenever you want. But if you don't have the strength, just let me know you want to talk.
You know there are boats. You didn't have to swim.
Yeah, I know.
Next time, maybe I'll drag you halfway back.
You suck.
either above, below, or in the water.
You know what? I think above might be a little funnier, especially with the fall. But that's just me.
Yes, but I like to observe you for a little bit longer. That's why I give you these
Okay.
gifts.
Well, I will try to do as much as I can with these gifts that you provided today. And I go back to looking at the lady, like thoughts racing through my
It
head.
just slumps onto the ground.
Hmm.
The dead corpse that's been floating in the water.
Okay, well,
And you feel the presence dissipate. And again, you're stuck on the island.
oh yeah, he'll kind of like walk away from the body and just sit down, kind of think about what the hell he should do, because he's not sure if he should give this information willingly to everyone in the party.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Ender, what's your aim for the morning?
Well, he got up. He ate some breakfast and then wanted to go out and just kind of, now that the house is kind of cleaned up a bit, just test out different forms and try, like, trying to figure out why it was at that time when it was according to the spirit letting the beast take over.
Yep.
So trying a few different forms, go back to the wolf, walk around for a bit, doesn't really feel any different, and try switching to something else.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So
really feel any different.
before you go through that, as you go, that's at least your aim. You go outside to test these things. As you on the front doorstep, as you open the door, because you're in an isolated house, like on the promontory, miles out of town. As you go to the front door, you open it up, you go to step out, and there's this large bullfrog just sitting there in front of you. I mean, bigger than a dog-sized bullfrog, just sitting there in front of you. And it just looks at you, going, ribbit, ribbit.
Well, I can converse with the beast, so hello.
So you ribbit back, saying hello.
Yep.
Luckily, no one else is watching you, so you think. It says, "My master wants to speak with you."
And your master is?
The keeper of the grove.
Okay. Okay. All right. Lead the way.
Hops and starts hopping. Doesn't go, actually. You expect him to go down the driveway down the path to the yeah, I know, you guys and your imaginary friends, I know. And you've got your house pets, your house servants, and you expect to go down the path towards the road, but it doesn't. It starts hopping around the house, and it takes you to the backyard. The totally overgrown backyard, where you see Ferrin Castellar, the druid of the Obadai Grove, just waiting
hello
there,
there.
sitting on the edge of the well.
How's it going?
It's an interesting garden you keep here. It may need a little attention.
Yeah, we've been working on fixing up this house and, getting the inside good, and then we'll get the outside good.
I mean, I can see the appeal of the forest look, but what was once a garden may not ever turn into a forest. You need different trees planted. But it's
That's
possible.
the goal. I have apparently some seeds that are like gonna make a hybrid tree that I can think about starting to plant, but we gotta clear out some of this first and get it, down to its bare bones again.
I've been walking around this morning, and I would be wary of the rose bushes. There's some animals around there. I don't think they're friendly.
Okay. Were they weasels by
Yes.
chance? Ah,
Yes. Giant weasel clan. It didn't like you moving in. I had a little bit of a talk to them. They said something about overthrowing the two-leggeds and whatnot. I don't think their friends are going to be peaceful for them. Something about a slaughter of their ancestors and their family. It's a clan war now. I'm going to stay out of it.
all right then. I will keep that in mind.
Just be careful. They're going to. I think the last thing they said was that they were going to go to their extended family to bring in reinforcements for the war.
All right then.
Mm-hmm. So but I'm not here for that. I have some news. I know that you've moved out here, but I thought I should inform you that your family, the hunters, the wolves are about to leave again into the marsh, and I thought that it might be a good chance for you to say goodbye to them if you're going to stay, or if you're going to go with them. That you should know. They didn't send me, but I thought.
Why are they heading to the marsh?
They've been in town for several weeks, and they're going back out again to do what they do.
I will make my way to go see them today.
You may want to make it early. They were going to be leaving maybe midday.
Midday. And where are they leaving from?
From the sea shrine,
From
the sea grove.
Okay. Well, I thank you for that information. And you sure you don't want to help out with these weasels?
No, as I
mean-
said, it's a turf war now, and it's not my turf. I'll let you deal with that.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming, and yes, thank your bullfrog for leading me in a path around the house.
And Lois is he's a bit of intimidating sometimes, but he's a good friend.
I think he's intimidating unless you know how to talk to him. He was pretty nice.
Or unless you're a small child and can fit in his mouth.
Okay, that's a scary thought.
Andor looks at himself. How small a child are we talking here?
And you just think, I've never seen any children come into the sea grove. You just like, it just clicks on you that you've never seen any children, except for your friends, ever come into the sea grove. And like your friends only come in with that invitation.
All right, I will. And he takes like 2 steps back from The bullfrog was like, "All right, I will. We'll take that advice." Was there anything else you needed?
You know there's snakes down your well.
Yeah, we're working on that problem too. We have a lot of problems.
Just
They're
making
back?
sure. Sorry?
Yeah.
We just got rid of those snakes.
Most likely by this point they've probably come back. So if that's all he needs,
Mhm.
I am running away from that bullfrog. Like absolute dead sprint away. And I'm heading to the grove.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to be near that bullfrog.
Yep. As you do run away, you just hear ribbit, ribbit, and because you do understand animals, it's laughing at you.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm scared because a bullfrog could eat me, and it knows it could eat me.
It's more like if you were like maybe 10 or 12, like if you're a smaller size group mechanically, yes, but no, not for medium size.
I mean, he could eat me over like 6 bites then.
Well, it's more
If
eating.
I remember correctly, Andrew is the smallest out of all of us.
I am.
So that's why I said, I was like, oof.
Yeah.
He's smaller than Asteria.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Asteria was the smallest, but okay. Yep.
Yeah. So heading to the grove to go meet up with the wolves to see them off.
Mm-hmm. So you see that pretty much they're packed. By the time you get there, it's almost midday. You also, as you're getting into town, you can see the ship, the Sea Ghost, in the harbour. Or not in the harbour, but close to the harbour. And there's a few small fishing boats that are tied to it and are slowly pulling it into the harbour. But yeah, you see that they're all packed. They're almost heading out. Everything's set. And they are surprised that you come in, and your, I say father, but fatherly figure comes to you and says, "Oh, so you've decided to join us. You've come to your senses, and you're going to join us and leave this horrible place, and join us back with the Marsh people where we need to be. Back to your family."
I don't have a family anymore. Like not like a real family.
But we
I
are
lost
your
my family back in the marsh.
and we are your brothers and sisters. We are your family. We belong to the marsh. We don't belong in this civilization.
I know. But I'm staying.
You're saying
And
you've given up
and it's to protect my friends. I have my friends here, and without me, I don't know what would happen to them.
See, I knew that they were a bad influence. That lady, she is horrible. She grew up with a roof above her head. I mean, who can do that? That is why, just a bad influence. You are from the marsh. You're a part of our blood. Even though I am not your father, we are your family. Come with us. Come with us. Let's head out. Let's do our hunting. We'll come back again in a few months' time, but we can't have this.
Well, then I will have to see you in a few months' time. But I don't agree with the way you guys earn your money. And what you guys honestly spend your money on. So, like, you know, yeah, I have friends and, you know, some that have money and some like me that, you know, don't. And, you know, we made good on a deal with, you know, with the town, and we have our own place. Like, we're doing okay.
So you have given up on us. You've got a roof above your head. Oh, and just you be with your friends. We'll be with nature. We'll be the ones. It's not about money. It's about a way of life, and it's about our culture. And it looks like you've just given up on that. So
It's not about being with nature for you though, because even though you're out in nature, like, you're the ones destroying nature.
we're not destroying nature. We're making a living. It's our culture. But it's not about the money. It's the culture. We hunt. We skin. We eat what we hunt. We sell the meats and leftovers to provide what we need. We're not rich. Not like your friends. We don't have houses above, don't have roofs above our head, don't live in houses, don't live in luxury. We don't need any of that.
I have remaining about 43 gold pieces. So I want to offer each of them 10 and be like, just stop. Find anything else.
But it's who we are. We grew up on the marsh, and it's in our blood.
It may be who you are now, but it doesn't have to be who you are, you know, tomorrow or the next day.
And if no one else went out and did what we did, then the marsh will come and destroy your friends, destroy your civilization.
It wouldn't be like that.
It's growing every year. We've been watching it.
There's more forces in play that are making it grow.
You know that? You know that there's a heart in the marsh, do you? You know the cause?
No, but, you know, I feel that there is more going on.
So you have a feeling that there's more going on. Is it not your friend with the books? The little girl?
What do you have against books? I mean, I don't like reading them. I think they're boring, but...
Exactly. It's not how we do things. If you want to tell a story, we tell a story. We remember the story. There should be no reason to write down that story. We pass down our knowledge from generations. We were trying to pass down that knowledge to you.
And you have passed down a lot. But, you know, I need to take my own path.
Then it looks like our paths are going to be in different directions.
It looks so. And, you know, next time our paths cross, it, you know, it is what it is.
And I think we're going to end here.
Okay.
Even though we're early, but there was a few role playing meets I know that a few people wanted to do, and there was a few things I wanted to do as well as a kind of a wrap up, as well. So next week we're going to move out of the Sinister Secrets of Saltmarsh, which is what we've been playing, into the Dangers of Dunwater. which is the second book in the U series in first edition D&D, Danger of Dunwater, and we'll start finding out what is maybe going on around here, and seeing how these children develop in their own attitudes, and grow into being heroes, maybe, if not adventurers or scummy people. Who knows? And when I say scummy people, I'm kind of more looking at Hunter than anybody else.
I'm the worst person in the world.
So yeah, I don't.
Character explosive. You're already the worst kind of person in the world.
Yeah. So I know there was a lot of one-on-one role playing. I don't usually like it, but as I said, there was a couple of things I really wanted to get out, because we're going to be transitioning soon from that second level, we've gone from 0 to first level, first to second, and soon we'll be going to third level, and that's when we should be going to what you normally have as your normal like adulthood adventuring. So I just wanted to do a couple of these things before we got into that level of scale. So the way I see it is every level we get, the more maturity, more upwards, the more sure we get of everyone. So yeah. So we're leaving off with pretty much everyone separated, and again a wet hunter on the island, having to swim back. Which
I was wondering, is Beams back at the house?
no, Beams flew over to the island.
No. He's chilling with me. Okay.
He can fly, you can swim. Done.
That's cool. No, he wants to tag along. He can tag along. I'm down.
Yeah. He's not going to eat the dead body because it's like yuck. But yeah, he thinks you're crazy because you're talking to yourself. But oh well.
That's okay.
So yeah, that's where you leave this week, and hopefully next week we pull everybody back together and start on our next direction to the Danger of Dunwater. So yay, and I'm going to give out inspiration to everybody, because we've done so much in the last couple of weeks with the role playing, like really deep role playing, a lot of character bits here and there as well. So please put inspiration on your characters. Asteria Near was the only one with inspiration on their character, so we'll keep that on there.
Yeah.
So
Near loses inspiration for missing the session.
Yep.
If only I could do that. If only I could do that, but that would be mean. I can at least take it off on tomorrow's session. I'm sure we can do that. So this has been the Children of the Marsh. I know it's a really deep and like really heavy role-playing show, composed to a lot of others, but that's kind of the style of it. We're going from that children's 0 level emerging into that adventuring style. So there is a lot of touchy feelings. There's a lot of character development early on. I'm sure that's going to pan out as they get into the maturity of everything and we get a bit more.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And we don't do whole days of role playings. It does happen. I knew. Yeah. So we'll do our outros. Sunny, would you like to do yours?
Yeah. Again, I'm Capri Sunny D, playing Edric Light, our young novitiate. Priest in training, I guess, or something along those sorts. He's still trying to figure it out, but tune in next week and you might find out a little bit more about him.
Backstory drops.
Thanks for coming and hanging out. And yeah, I guess on to the next one. Fox.
Yep. So I'm Fox, or Arcade Fox. And there's many things in his mind right now. But he is growing. He was the youngest, still the shortest.
He's still the youngest. You didn't age past us.
Correct. Still the youngest. still the shortest. But that could change. She could get a growth spurt. Who knows? And then it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes from here. So Hunter, my fellow invisible friend person, take it
I'm
away.
sorry, but my ghost is actually real.
So's mine.
I have a witness. Bims was here with me. You can ask him.
No, Bim saw you talking to yourself.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, Bims was totally into the conversation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Tune in next week to see what Anders' room is gonna be filled with when he wakes up. Yeah. Blood, confetti, who knows? Let's find out.
Just please not glitter. You never get that
Oh, now it has to be glitter. Sorry, man.
Oh yes. Look gives Hunter the look. Glitter. It's gotta be glitter.
Glitter is good. Alright, Capri? No, Capri already did. Typo.
No, just skip over me. I'm
No,
not
what? No.
important at all.
Forget it. Let's just go back to Capri. Capri, do it again. You're terrible.
Yeah, so I'm no.
Okay. So hi everybody. Good night. It's been fun. Explosia's had a good time. She's on the path now to actually becoming a proper adventurer now. She's starting to get a little more confidence, as evident by her little pout at the guards. But yeah, I'm really psyched to see what the next story holds.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really unpsyched about doing all the reading up of the 5th edition version and the 1st edition version of it, because I've tried a few times, like, oh my god. I did also want to point out, a couple of weeks ago, I forgot to introduce Nier in the other show. We went through everybody and forgot Nier. And here, Nier was just sitting there, just waiting, feuding, just waiting for the introduction. Whoops. So Nier's not here, so I can actually point that out. So we'll have our Rusty Daggers tomorrow. You can check out our Rise of the Goblin Lords, which was uploaded on YouTube. So you can check that out, which was yesterday's show. It is very different from this one. It's all chaos. It is bonkers. Very, 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 very crazy. Rusty Daggers tomorrow. It seems to be a lot about revenge and a lot about cults. So again, very different mood. And we've got one of the cast members leaving soon, so they're doing a story arc right before they leave. So that's another thing that's happening in that adventure. It's interesting. It's a different one from this one, that's for sure. So thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you for watching. It's been amazing, and we're going to do a raid to Dark Aardvark, who are also doing a sea-based role-playing show. So we're going to move to that one after that. But stick around for the credits, and we'll do the raid after the credits. So from everybody here, that's a bye.
See ya.